So hi everybody, and welcome back to the Bitcoin live stream. I guess that's what we're calling it today. And yeah, today I just wanted to see you guys again. It's been a while, and I just wanted to tell you guys how my life is going, and want to know how your life is going. And in the meantime, I had an idea. I thought it might be cool to teach you guys how to use I think it is a dictionary attack with BTC Recover. I prepared a wallet to do this, and I downloaded a lot of word lists. Word lists are a list of possible passwords. So we're actually not supposed to teach you guys how to do this, but let's just do it anyway. Let's just do it anyway. Yeah. Okay. So how is my life going? Let's just start with that. It's going fine. It's going all right. I've had a wonderful week. Had a lot of fun. Saw my family. And I think that's very important, that you can talk to your family in these days. And yeah, I'm quite happy with how Bitcoin is going this week, this month. It looks good. It looks very good. I said cool, but I meant good. It looks very good and promising, but at the same time, I'm a little bit stressed out because I never like it when prices are rising too fast, and I think it's going too fast. I think it's going way too fast. Hey, let me just remove this screen here a little bit. Chat box, are you in the way? Because we don't have no chatters at the moment. So I hate the chat. Let's forget about it. Let's just get into it. Yes. So let me check out this graph, because everybody, all of my viewers, y'all are familiar with this graph probably, because y'all have seen the last couple of days, and it has been going a little bit too fast, if you ask me. I don't like it when I see candles this big that we see here. Well, you can't see it because my messy chat box is in the way and nobody's chatting. Let me just put the chat box away, the chat frame. So now y'all can see better. So as y'all can see, it is a strange week. I don't know what happened. I think it has everything to do with the halving that is coming up, because you probably already know that halving is coming up, because I've been talking about this way too many times in the last couple of videos and live streams. But yeah, halving is coming, and it is very quick. Let us check how quick is it, how quick it is. blockchain.info is the website, I think, or .com. And let us just check where we are at the moment. We are at block, is this the one? Yes, 628,600, which means only 1,400 blocks left. If you put, is it addition? Yeah. If you add 1,400 on this number that we see here in the middle of our screen, we get to that famous 630,000 blocks, the halving moment. So only 14. That's a very nice and round number. I want to say a mooi number, which is the Dutch word for nice, but it's a very nice and round number, 1,400. So let us quickly calculate. So we are sure it's only 1,400 blocks, well, not 14,000, 1,400 blocks left, and we have we have to divide that by every 10 minutes. We have 6 times 10 minutes in an hour, so it's only 23. I think I'm calculating this wrong. I think I'm doing it wrong. Let me recalculate this. 1,400 blocks. Each block is 10 minutes, so I had to do it times 10 minutes. So it's only 14,000 minutes left. So how many days is 14,000? If I calculate that in my mind, 1.5 weeks. How did I do that? I don't know. So this is in minutes, divided by 60 to get hours, divided by 24 to get days. Almost 10 days. So within 10 days, we're going to have our halving, which is a moment that a lot of people are anticipating on giving us a bull market, which I think is bull crap, to be honest. And I think you guys already know this, why I think it is bull crap. And the reason why, let's just check out this graph in weeks, because I think that's necessary at the moment. When we check out in weeks, all these candles are 1 week. And I refer to this period that we see here, this red line here, as the corona crash. I think everybody calls this the corona crash. And since the corona crash, it has been growing. Well, it's not exponentially, but it's linear growth. And linear means a straight line. Wrong arm. Line like this. Exponential would mean a curve like that. And exponential is always a danger. It's always a sign of danger, and so it looks linear. And I personally think, but that's just a guess, it's a think. I think we're all anticipating on having a growing market, but the market, I think it's not gonna grow after the halving, because I think that a lot of people are waiting for the halving to happen and then sell. So I'm not actually buying lots of coins. I'm not. I feel like it's a selling moment, to be honest. Okay, I think that was an interesting start. I think, I'm not sure. So how is my day trading going? Well, my day trading isn't going too well, to be honest. It's going a little bit worse than I think a month ago, and we can already see that if we go to CoinMarketCap, the website that I usually use to show you guys when I am day trading. And I personally always day trade in the Bitcoin market, and I day trade on all the altcoins that are found in that specific Bitcoin market. And y'all probably know that I use Poloniex a lot. Mainly, I like the website. I don't know why. Maybe I'm gonna switch to another website, but I built that robot for this website. And if we check out my wallet, it's not going perfect. It's going better in dollars. So obviously it has been growing since the last couple of weeks. But I lost some Bitcoin, which I don't like. If you guys might remember, 2 months ago I had, I think, a half a Bitcoin on this website, and now it is 426 millibits. So that's a loss of 75 millibits. That's a big loss. Well, it's not really a loss, because in dollars I made a profit, but I'd never like it to lose Bitcoins. I don't know if you like it to lose Bitcoins, but I don't like it. So I think we're all hating the same thing here. So yeah, that was my Poloniex life. Not really that interesting. Whoa, what's going on here? We see a big candle. So yeah, I think the end is near. The end, and why do I think that end is near? If we look at this line here in the middle of our screen, it still has a slight growth. A slight growth. It's not much, but it is enough to make people go crazy and go exponentially again. So I think in a couple of weeks, and that's normal, you always have your ups and downs. So I should do it with my other arm. You always have your ups and downs, and so I expect, after all these weeks of up and plussing, I think it's time to go down in price. But who knows? I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but that's just my thought. And how is it going with you guys? Have you had any problems with buying or selling coins? Have you had any troubles on websites? Just let me know it in the chat, and we can talk about that subject. And well, we are here. We are going to, let's just go check out that wallet that I promised you guys. Okay, can you still see me? Yes, you can still see me. Oh, hey, we see my link here. Well, awesome. I didn't know that. Okay, so what did I do? I have a wallet prepared. Well, it's not really prepared, but it's already encrypted. And I randomly chose a password from a password list. And so I don't even know the password anymore. I already lost it because it was a huge list. And I'm going to teach you guys, well, I don't know if I can teach you guys, but I'm going to try and use the password list, because I've never done this before. This is the first time I'm going to do this, because I've never had a situation in which I had no idea what the password was and a list full of passwords. So that might be the case for some of my viewers. So let's just try and work with that, okay? I think that's a good idea. Let me first start by opening the BTC Recover folder from the last live streams. I haven't changed anything from the last live streams, because I like it that you guys, if you have any questions on the subject, just check out my older live streams and you see what happened. Why, for instance, my folder would look different than your folder. Okay, so what are we going to do? This is the BTC Recover folder. Was this the one that we worked with last time? Let me check this token. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you guys can remember this screen. Let me make it a little bit bigger, because I know that it's usually very small on your screens. So let's just show you this. This is my token file, and if you are known on my channel, if you have been around for a long time, You definitely have seen this token file many times before, and I think we're not going to use a token file this time. To be honest, I just checked it, because we're not using a token this time. We're going to use a password list, but it is a little bit the same technology. What am I saying? It's not technology. It's the same. Let's just say the way that you do it. It's almost the same. Okay, so I know now for a fact that this is the BTC Recover folder that we used the last time. And let me put the backup wallet and let me copy it over here. So you put the wallet in the BTC Recover folder, and we are going to rename it and call it just wallet.dat. Why? Because it's a shorter name, and shorter is always easier in command. Okay, let's just keep this in front of that screen, or maybe you are reading this screen, so let's keep it over here. Maybe you're interested in this, so I don't know. Let me open the command window. So I usually just press the Windows logo and type CMD to go to command. And yeah, just like last time, we still have big letters, which is a good thing this time. This is a good thing. Do you hear me not knowing how to pronounce English words? That's just because it was a long time ago since I've been talking English. And I see there is a chatter, a first timer here. I was hoping you could help me recover Bitcoin Cash, send to a Bitcoin address. You want to recover Bitcoin Cash, send to a Bitcoin address. So let me first put on the chat in our screen so everybody can see it. Well, you cannot see it, but the question was if we can retrieve it. So my question to you, the viewer, is you said to me you want to recover Bitcoin Cash sent to a Bitcoin address. So I now have the idea that what happened actually was that you had Bitcoin Cash and you accidentally sent it not to a Bitcoin Cash wallet but to a Bitcoin wallet. And that's probably the case. Yes, that's the case. Okay, so if that happened, if that happened, then what you need to do is to figure out the private key used in Bitcoin, in your Bitcoin wallet where you sent it to. So if you have the address in the Bitcoin blockchain, then you also have the private key of that address. And that same private key will work on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain, because they both have the same protocol of creating addresses out of private keys, because that's how Bitcoin works. Creates addresses from private keys. And Bitcoin Cash are basically the same protocol, but there is a small difference, and that difference is that the blockchains, they divided, they forked as they call it, and you have the Bitcoin blockchain going in one direction and the Bitcoin Cash in the other direction. And that happened in, I think it was 2018 August. So in your case, I think that what you need to do, you send it from blockchain to Coinbase wallet. Oh no. Oh, do you own the private key? Because what usually happens, and that's terrible, is that websites, they own the private keys. You only know the address that is linked to your account, but you will not get the private keys. And I think that's the terrible thing. So I'm kind of stuck now. I was hoping that you were sending it to a to your personal wallet, your owned wallet, but you don't own the wallet, which means that you don't own the private key. So you will not find out what the private keys are. And now you have a big problem. To be honest, you have a really big problem, because they will not give you the private keys, and you will not be able to generate a private key. You probably already know that you cannot generate a private key. So what actually happens is that they have a Bitcoin wallet or a Bitcoin Cash wallet online on the internet, and in that wallet are all the combined coins of all the users. Whenever you send it to their wallet, then you send it to an address, and that address is linked to your account, and that's all you got. And I don't think that they are going to give you the private key. And so we have a terrible problem here, because it's been sent to the wrong blockchain. And because it is the same blockchain, well, essentially it is built with the same fundamentals, except for a difference in the year 2018, and that's why they split. But because it is the same algorithm that they use from a private key to an address, an address, I'm sorry, correct English, but because it is the same algorithm that you were able to send it to the wrong blockchain. A terrible thing that can happen. Which some of the things that I did not like about this this situation, this soft fork, or no, it's a hard fork. So I thought I could help you, but to be honest, right now I get the idea that it's not possible, and it's not nice to say that's not possible, but it's the website's. Well, essentially it's your fault. I'm sorry, you made a small mistake, but it's a terrible mistake. I don't know if it is much money, but damn, it's always terrible to be in that situation. All right, let me go to BTC Recover, press directory, and check if we are in the right directory. Yes, this is the directory. This is the directory that we are supposed to be in, because we see here this BTC Recover tokens auto file, and we see our wallet that we just today. Is this to? No, this is not today. But is it the right folder? It must be the right folder. This is the folder date modified 5.2. You know, sometimes my brain is such a Dutch brain, because in Holland this would mean something different than in English language. This would actually mean February 5th and not the 2nd of May. Well, it doesn't matter. We have it here. Okay, so let me check if BTC Recover is working and if I'm using the right Python. So Python BTC Recover.py-h for help. Okay, we're using the right Python. So, well, let me make this a little bit bigger again, because I don't like it when we have repetitive lines, you know. Okay, so what we have is we have a wallet here at this moment, and we have no clue what the password is. But we're going to try and use a password list. That's the goal here. And okay, let me go and grab the password lists that I have. I have a couple of password lists. I have them on my background. I found them on the internet. So how do you find these things? I think just search for password lists and you will find some stuff. The most famous one, the most used one that I think everybody always tries first is the one called RockU. It's the famous one, rocku.txt. And as you can see, it is a quite big file. Let us open that file here in Notepad++. So here we see the password list. Let us watch together. You might like it. Oh, we have a new. We have Mohammed Amain Musa. Hey, he's back. Hello, my friend. How are you? How is your health? Please, I need your email to contact you. I already gave you my email address last live stream. I remember it, and you sent me 2 emails, and I know that I specifically told you that I wasn't able to help you if you needed a private key, or if it is something like in the way like I don't have anything of my wallet and I need your help. And what do I mean with anything of the wallet? If you have lost your 12-word backup phrase, which is very important, never lose that stuff. But if you have lost that, then there's no chance I can help you. If you only have an address, there's probably no chance I can help you. And if it is on an exchange website, then I can't help you too. And if you're just asking me for money, then I will not reply anyway, because I don't have that much money, so I cannot give it away. Okay, oh, let's keep this one over here. So let us check this RockU file, because this file is very big. Here, you see these lines? This is line 1. You can see it here in screen. So first password is on line 1. And as you can see, this is a very big file. It ends here at line, well, what is this? 14,344,000. So we're talking about lots of passwords. And so what I did was I just randomly chose one. I just like I'm doing right now, something like this, and I chose it, I copied it, and I used this as a password on a wallet. That's the trick that I did, but I didn't want to remember which one it was. So I don't even know. I'm quite sure that I chose this list. Oh, man, I hope it was this list, and I hope I'm not making any mistakes, because I have lots of word lists here, as you can see. Whoa, word list of 2 gigabytes of text file. I don't even dare to open this. Okay, let's do it anyway. Okay, let's hope that my PC knows how to do this. not responding. That's a good sign. Okay, we can do this. Come on, show us, show us, show us. I want to see that list. It's a huge list. I remember that I was searching for a list and it was a, hey, it's an empty list. What? Oh, it's not empty. So, what is here? Whoa. Nice. So, if you ever need to enter a password, never enter a password that you can find in one of these files. Oh, it's huge, man. How big is this? Whoa, let us check. Whoa, 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 whoa. See this number. 227 million different passwords in this one file? Oh. So, I don't know if owning these lists is legal or illegal. I think it is not legal, even though you can find it on the internet. Please send me your email address. Again, are you a real human? Because I've sent you this email address before. I told you, it's bitcoindaytraderchannel@gmail.com. Okay, so how would you use a word list? Because that's the main question now. How will we use this RockU word list? Well, it starts by making sure that the list is within the same folder as BTC Recover. So let us first do that. Go to BTC Recover and make sure that this RockU list is in here. So where was it? Here in the folder hacking. And why do I have a folder hacking? Because PCs don't like these files. They hate these files. These files are full of text, and whenever you click on it, Windows will try to preview it. And when it tries to preview it, it starts to read it, and then it gets angry at you for having these kinds of big text files. So what I did was I zipped them together in order for my PC to be chill, you know, and making a zip file. And so, yeah, let's start by copying this RockU file and into this folder. So we have it here. Let me check it how I found it. Let us search on the internet. Can we find RockU password list? I think this is I think this was the list that I downloaded. The common list. I didn't download it here, but we'll yeah. This is definitely the same one. You see? We're talking about the same list. So this is, for instance, where I found this list. And this is a trick that you can use whenever you don't know anything of your password. And you can try. Chances are very big that it won't work. But hey, if you haven't tried, you don't know for sure. So yeah. So I already downloaded this. As you can see, it's a big file, 133 megabytes. And that's huge for a text file. Am I right? Can you remember when you were going to college or school and you had to type? Well, maybe we're all too old for that. But, you know, you sent in a report something and it's only 1 megabyte or something. And you work for that for months. So, huge list. So, you got that list. You put it in the folder, the directory of BTC Recover. You put the wallet that you want to try that on. And then we are back at BTC Recover. Okay, so you get this BTC Recover screen. How would we do this? You always start with BTC Recover with the help mode. Don't forget, this is your most important argument, the help argument, to get to this screen. This gives lots of this would give you lots of ideas what you can do. Here we have a token list, for instance. That's what we usually use. Remember, I'm always talking about use a token list. We're gonna show the passwords that we're gonna try, but today you don't know. I even have, for instance, I have a tutorial on this, on the Android pin, how to use it on the Android wallet. But that doesn't matter. We're searching for the password list. I already see it here. Password list file. So if you're already familiar with this program, then you already know what we're gonna do now. And if you're new to this, then yep, this might be hard first, but it's not that hard. Okay. So the only thing we're gonna try first is we're gonna use the password list on our wallet. And if I remember correctly from our last live stream, we should use the GPU, because the GPU was way faster than my CPU. Remember? I don't know if anybody was here. And I see Jonan Miner says, hi, friend, good job. Well, hi, and good job on what? Well, thank you. Okay, so let us try and use the password list now. So the way you would do that is you would type Python. That's how we usually start, Python, and then we start btc recover.py. We want to use a password list. I think that's how we write it. Oh, and I think we don't need a space here because we never see space here. Oh, already, before I forget, already I see it here in the screen. Enable GPU, so let us do that too. Enable GPU. And we have our password list, and our password list. And I think we don't need to put the, I don't know what it's called, the is sign. Password list, no, it's just a space, because it says here type password list, then a space, and then the name of the file. And the name of the file is rocku, and this only counts because we have rocku in this same folder, in the same directory as the btc recover py. So we're asking Python to run this file. That's what we're saying here, Python run btc recover.py. I hope you guys can see it. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Well, it doesn't help at all. Man, I didn't help it. But you want to run this file, and then we want to run a password list, and it's called rocku tab. So if you press tab, it autofills it for you. Shwana, hi, and Rekum Katz is back. Good evening, sir. Well, hi everybody, man. It's so awesome to have you guys here. I always like it to see familiar usernames. I don't see faces. I wanted to say faces, but to see familiar usernames. Okay. But we want to enable the GPU. We want to use the rocku word list on our wallet, which is found as wallet.dat. So let us just try. I found a parameter in Hashcat that lets you work even faster. W free. So what is W? What does it mean, big W? Oh, that's interesting. We're gonna get back on that. That's nice. I hope I remember it, and or else, if I forget, remind me later on. Let us try this first. Let us check out what's going to happen. Okay. Is my GPU... Whoa. It has characters, which points, so... okay. So what's going on now? What are we seeing here? What it already is doing now is counting the passwords in that file, as you can see. And I thought we already said it was 12 million or something. It's a lot. We get an error here, which is the UTF-8 option. And UTF-8, how can I explain what this means? What UTF actually is a save style of a text file. So apparently I saved the text file as a UTF-8. So let me show you if I would save this again. Let me go here. How do you save it? File and save and copy as, save as. I think we can see that here. Was that here? UTF. Man, where do you see that? I have seen it before. I've had this problem before. It's not a big problem. It already tells us the answer of our problem. I don't think we are able to do that in this program. In how is it called? What is it called again? It's Notepad++. But I think it is possible, but I don't know at the moment how I did it the last time, because it's been a while ago, and I didn't expect this to happen. But what we can do now is what we're not going to do is wait for 4 or 5 hours. So what we're going to do is we're going to exit this. We're going to quit it. And I'm going to show you what this error here means. It says CD Unicode support section in the tutorial and the UTF-8 option. Why do we need UTF-8? Within UTF-8, if I am correct, there are special characters. RockUTF have a wired characters. So yeah, it's more characters than your standard keyboard. So you should think about the characters found in, I think, the French language, in the Turkish language, in the German language. All characters with, for instance, the dots on top of the O and the E and stuff. So what we can do is give that command as well. UTF, am I right? UTF-8. Just add it. And I think we can skip it. Line has characters with code point. Yeah, we have lots of these things. Max 127 AC2. So if I am correct, the UTF-8 is a bigger list than the ASC2 or ASCII, and the ASCII is well, a lot of characters, almost all the characters that you can create on your keyboard. You have an encoding in the top menu. Oh, you seriously? Oh, thank you. Okay, so now we will probably not see this error because it already told us that we should add the option, and it's for files. Where can we find it? What's going on? Warning, ignoring, an invalid sequence. What's going on? This looks very scary, but I'm just gonna ignore this. So I know that, well, I don't think this is a big problem. I don't think it is gonna be a problem because I know that I chose a password which was just mainly letters. I know it has no special characters, and I think it is within the first 2-3 million passwords. 14,000 passwords, 14 million passwords. So let's just keep it running. So that's the main trick on how to use a password list. So it wasn't that hard, right? You guys probably are like, was this everything? Was this the entire trick? Yeah, that was the entire trick. It wasn't that special. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit thirsty. You were telling me that in Notepad++ we have that option. Notepad, where is it? Over here. Get back here. Well, so you're saying there is an encode option. Encode. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that was the answer. Here we have the UTF characterized or character set encoding. I don't think it is a strange thing. I thought that everything was UTF-8, to be honest, but I don't know for sure. So it says here that it's going to be working on this project for 4 hours. We don't want it to work for 4 hours, but we're going to leave it here. I want to show you my GPU usage, GPU-Z. That's how I usually check what my GPU is doing. I think it's at the wrong screen. Yeah. Get back here. So how is my GPU doing? It's doing more than fine. It's going full power. Well, maybe not full power, because you see it's not using all the memory. It's using some of the memory, but it's using all my, how do you call it, GPU core clock speed. Because I think that the maximum is 1900 megahertz. I'm not sure about this. I know I did overclock it before, and I could overclock it with, I think I could hit the 2100, but it didn't help me that much. It didn't speed up that much. It did help with, for instance, mining. It sped up 20% or something. Your audio is noisy. Are you serious? Noisy. Let me check some of these cables. Is it still noisy? I don't like it if my audio will be noisy. Is there any other audio? Sorry that I am onto this. Is it still noisy? Because that might be the case that my battery is low for my microphone, which means that I have to change battery now, which is weird. It does look a little noisy, to be honest. So sorry that I'm a little bit not here. Why my message? No receive it. White noise. Maybe you hear the PlayStation? Could that be the case? I don't know. I can't hear it myself. I wish I could hear my own stream. But is my voice also clipping, which means having white noise in my voice? Or is it when I'm not speaking? Because if it is when I'm not speaking, then I think it is the PlayStation in the background or the PC that you're hearing. But let me just get back to this. It is still trying to brute force it. So interesting. So while it is brute forcing, let us let me check out some. What can we check out in the meantime? We can check out Reddit. We can check out Hashcat. That might be more interesting, because I know that a lot of you guys are more fan of Hashcat than are fan of Reddit Bitcoin videos. But some of you really like my Reddit Bitcoin videos. So I don't know. I like both. Let's just do Hashcat first. Okay. Let me get a new command window. and let's go to that Hashcat folder, because I want to check out that parameter, that whatever you call it. Yeah, parameter called -w. Hashcat 5.0, Hashcat 5.0. It's all just the same from last time. So change directory to Hashcat 5.0. Let me check. Yeah, I don't know. This is something that I don't have to do every time, but I always do this every time. Not clipping, only noise. I think the noise that you are hearing is the fan of the PlayStation, which is not that loud at the moment, but this microphone is gained. Maybe that's the thing. Okay, let me check that first. Sorry that I'm doing something differently than brute forcing at the moment. I know that some people don't like this. I need to check out the filters. Filters on my mic. My gaining is 12 decibels. So let me put that down a little bit, because I already put the microphone closer to my face. So I think that it's way less loud now. Hello, hello. Is my voice too loud now? I think it was a little. I think it's not loud enough now. Let me put it 3 decibels more, which means twice as loud, 6 instead of 12. 12 is, I think, too much. Did it help? I hope it did help. I'm curious if I can write my own Hashcat algorithm. What is a Hashcat algorithm? Are you talking about a hashing algorithm? Are you talking about that? Because that might be very interesting. I have no clue how hashing actually works. I have no idea. I always wanted to make a video on the subject, to be honest. Yeah, it's better. Well, nice. But the reason why I think there was noise clipping was because I had too much gaining, because last live stream I had comments that my microphone wasn't that loud. So what I did, let me show you, is I grabbed this one. This is a microphone standard. And that way I could put the microphone closer to my face, which makes it also louder. Interesting, huh? Not really for you, but for me. Okay, so you had the Hashcat parameter W, but what does it mean? Okay, so let me tell you something that I don't like. What I actually don't like, is the fact that we are using a command window. Oh, I am also using it on a terrible position. Let me put it here. And that before I can write anything, that I see this long line here. I really dislike that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna move my Hashcat folder, this folder here. I'm gonna move that folder to my Mr. folder. So it's not gonna be on a desktop, but one previous before desktop. And that way it's gonna be easier for us to see what we're actually doing. Oh, that's so terrible. So that's this folder here. Let me copy it, go to my Mr. folder and paste it here. Give it the sec for 5. Okay, and let's just move there. CD // I guess. First try. Okay, so what I did was go back 1 folder, 2 folder, 3 folder, 4 folders, and then I want to go to Hashcat, not Hashg, Hashcat 5, and now we are in the same folder, but it's a little bit easier to work with. Oh, these are the wallets from last live stream. Oh, nice. The ones that we were trying to benchmark which program would be faster, Bitvise Cover or Hashcat. So, yeah, we might be able to use Hashcat at the same time. So, well, not at the same time, but we can also try Hashcat. So, let me start Hashcat. Hashcat, let's press not this, hashcat.exe, where are you? Hashcat64.exe, and let me open the help window. Did you guys just see how fast that was going? Okay, so you found a parameter which is called W. So let's start with what the hell did it mean? So let me reread it. I found a parameter in Hashcat that lets you work even faster. W3. So what the hell does W mean? So let me search for W. Workload profile. Enable a specific workload profile. See pool below. Okay, workload profile, see pool below. Workload profile pool below. This is new for me, so excuse me for maybe seeming like a total noob. Where is it? Workload profile. Oh, here are the workload profiles. Ah. Oh, workload profile, runtime, power consumption. Ah. Aha. So when we put it on free, we put it on high. And desktop impact unresponsive. Okay, so ah, in Hashcat you can have OpenCL catalog. You can edit files. I don't even use Hashcat that much, to be honest. Well, you probably already understand. Whenever you're using these kind of programs, you usually use it because you need to use it for yourself, or you use it on a regular base. So I needed to use it one time for myself, and when I was finished, I didn't have to do this anymore, so I'm not using this on a regular base, which means that every time that I'm using it, I have to search for information a little bit within my mind or on the internet. So that's how this usually goes. Okay, but let's try. When I see this desktop impact minimal, noticeable, unresponsive, when I see unresponsive, I don't dare to use that, because I'm quite scared that if I use big W workload profiles, that I might be using all my PC power, which I need to stream this live stream that we're doing at the moment. So I always have to keep that in mind. But it is a very important, very interesting thing. If we would use that, for instance, on a wallet that we did use before. So let me try Hashcat. So Hashcat, not H, but we're gonna attack it with a brute force. Or not, brute force was free. So brute force free. We're gonna use it on a M. The M stands for what was it again? I need to have 13,000 or something. Oh, kind of close. Litecoin Bitcoin wallet.dat file. So 11,300 is the answer for M. The mode 11,300, and I'm gonna do that on wallet. Wallet.txt, but I think it was called wallet 1, wallet 2, wallet 3. Oh, gosh. Oh, free wallet. It's the free wallet.txt. Let's do it on the free wallet.txt. Why is it a free wallet? Because the password was 3 characters. So it's called free wallet.txt, and I have no clue whatsoever. It was question mark A, question mark A, question mark A. But now we also want to give it workload option. So let's put big W, and I'm gonna choose for let me first choose workload normal, which is number 2 in this case, so workload 2, and later on I'm gonna try workload number 1. I'm not gonna use free because I'm scared that my PC might die. Let me try and check out if I did this correctly. Invalid argument. What's going on? I should not use unknown options, double dash, big W. What did I do wrong? Should I use double dash? 1 dash. Oh, it's small W. Oh, you're talking about big W. Is there a difference between small and big W? I don't see any big W. So I expect it to be the small W. And let's go back. Small W 2. Now it works. All hashes found in pod file. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Obviously. It's we already did it. So why would you redo something if you have already did it? So let me delete the pod file, the Hashcat pod file, because in the pod file are the already found passwords. So now we just did delete it, and now it's going to retry. So this would be on stand 2. Oh, but I'm forgetting something. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it's small or big W. It's essentially almost the same. You know how you can find this information, and the most important thing to know is that you use the help options. But I don't think we can use it now. The reason why is because I am using my my video card here in BTC Recover. So I wanted to find it first. It's always a game about waiting. There's always a waiting game. You never know. You never know for sure. Oh yeah. Hey, I forgot something. And the thing that I forgot was, I think my live stream is called "Let's Watch the Bitcoin Source Code." Am I right? Let me check out the Bitcoin source code. Let me check Bitcoin source codes. Yeah, it's called that. It's called "Let's check out the Bitcoin source code." So let's just do that. While this is running in the background, because I think we are at what 700,000 passwords tried from that huge password list. So still haven't found it. Yeah, let's just go check out the Bitcoin source code. Let's just start with that. So let's go to GitHub, because that's where you're supposed to go, to github.com. And at github.com you can search for Bitcoin. And here we have the Bitcoin source code. And let's just check it out, just for fun. I haven't been here in a long time. It's been, I think, ages since I've been here. So ages. Last time that I was here, I was working on building, I think the Bitcoin blockchain, or no, not my Fartcoin blockchain. I'm not quite sure. Lately, I'm trying to understand how to write a program that adds points on the elliptic curve. On an elliptic curve. Oh, that's to write a program that adds points on an elliptic curve. Yeah, that's very hard. It sounds very hard, not easy to do. Damn, man. Let us check what's in here. So the source is in the source folder, which is SRC, stands for source. And let me check. It still looks kind of the same. Does it still start with a main file? No, I think they changed that. So the most important things that most people are interested in is this chain parameters. Before, this was all found in the file main.cpp, C++, but they collected it together. So did they change anything here? Well, obviously not with the chain parameters. The checkpoints, it has a new checkpoint. Interesting. Testnet, it's just the same, nothing that much different. Does it say here what the miners are getting? Did they have it here, or did they still keep that somewhere else? They only have the Genesis block here, so no mining information. No. Okay, we're gonna find the mining information somewhere else. Where was it? Chain parameter, client versions. Let me try and remember it. Is it in main? Main. Is there still a... There's no main anymore. Okay. Where could they keep that information? Main. Version warnings, wallet validation. Validation.cpp, maybe? Would it be validation? What is the information in validation? Max fee estimate? No. Was it here? Find. Oh, yes. Oh, I kind of did remember it. I recognized it as being in validation. So we are here at... Come on, stop this. I want... Here. We are here at a certain small, very important part of Bitcoin, especially in 12 days or 10 days or something. So let us check what actually is here. I think I've showed you guys this before, but what we can find here in the source code is the halvings. The halvings means the amount of coins that you get per block, and here we see the starting amount. So whenever Bitcoin was created and the first block was mined, you would get 50 times coin. And what does coin mean? Coin means 100 million. That we can find that somewhere else. I wanna find that first. I want to show that to you guys. That's what I mean. So let me open this validation again. Where was it? Validation.cpp, and maybe in header. I don't know if it's the validation header, where it tells us what one coin is. Because as you probably already know, one Bitcoin is not just one coin. One Bitcoin is 100 million Satoshis, which means you can divide one Bitcoin in 100 million different transactions if you don't pay any transaction fees. So what I was searching for was where it tells us what one coin is. Define micro, define milli. So whenever I'm talking about a millibit, this is a millibit coin. You see 0.001 because I'm talking I'm talking a lot about millibits. Thanks to you started watching Mega Mindy. Mega Mindy? Why would you watch Mega Mindy? I don't even know Mega Mindy. Is it funny? It's thanks to me. What did I do that makes you want to watch Mega Mindy? NSUB City halving here. And do we have find coin? There are lots of times coin written here. Damn. Coin usage. Where is it? Where is it? Somewhere. Oh, hey, I have a better plan. Let's go up. Let's search for coin in this repository. Because I'm just searching for something. Coin height. Oh man, it's gonna be Mega Mindy from NL. From Netherlands. I'm so confused by you right now. Mega Mindy. Let me search. Oh, this is gonna be a hard word. I thought this was gonna be simpler. And why? Because I'm used to be able to know this by mind, but for some reason, whenever it has been, I think, a year or something that you have been in the source code, then everything is brand new again. Where was it? Ah, here we have it. Source amount header. So I knew it was in a header, but I didn't know which header it was. So we know that we can find it in source amount header. So let me go here to amount header. Oh man, programming is such a hard work, especially if you didn't program this yourself. Then it's a huge puzzle. Ah, here we see it. So here it tells us that one coin, whenever you read the word coin like it is written here in our screen, it actually means 100 million satoshis. So whenever we go back here, we see here 50 times coin. But we could also change this word coin with whatever we just found here, because it's the same word, so it both means the same number. So this is where it started. It started with 50 Bitcoin, which sounds like the number 50 makes it sound so small. And just like nowadays, whenever you talk to somebody new in Bitcoin, you probably already know that. Everybody of my viewers already know this. And whenever you talk to somebody about Bitcoin, they're always like, I want to buy one Bitcoin. And you're like, one Bitcoin? Come on, you can't buy one Bitcoin. Yeah, but what am I supposed to do? Well, most of the people don't know you can buy half a Bitcoin, quarter a Bitcoin, or even 100 millionth of a Bitcoin if you want to. And if you go to Ethereum, it's even worse. I think they don't even have 8 zeros, but 18 zeros. But I'm not 100% sure on this, but I thought I read that years ago. But we're talking about the halving now, and this is an interesting part because this super small line here, is the halving line. This is the line that is all about the halving. What does this say? This says n subsidy. N is usually a real number. In math, you use n for real numbers, for whole numbers. And subsidy would mean whatever you get for mining. And here it says, these double arrows means bit shifting whenever, so double arrow means bit shifting to the right, in this case. So I'm pointing right, but I should point this, because we see it there. Oh, you don't even see it that big. Can we make it a little bit bigger? It's all about this small part here. We're talking about halving, and this is all about halving, because halving happens in Bitcoin because of essentially because of this small line that we see standing here. This means halving. And what does halving mean? Halving means wait a minute. I'm forgetting something. Where's the word halving? Halving, integer halvings equals the height divided by consensus parameters called and subsidy halving interval. So n height. Let us talk about Bitcoin. What means n height? N height is nothing else than the height of the blocks. What is the height of the blocks? Means if we refresh this page here where we started off, this is the height of the blocks. So we're now at this number that we see here. Oh, sorry. We're at this number, this block height, which is 628,608 at the moment. That's where we are right now. So it says here the integer halvings. So we want a number. How many times do we need to have? Do we need to have 1 times, 2 times, or 3 times? Which is going to be the case in a couple of days. So at the moment we are at 2 times halving. Why are we at 2 times halving? That is because the answer of the formula that we see here is a very easy formula. It means the block height divided by a certain number. And that's a consensus, which means the word consensus means everybody agreed on this fact that the parameter for halving, and that's why consensus parameter, and it's called n subsidy halving interval. And we can find that, I think, I need to zoom out a little bit, but if I do that, it zooms out everywhere. I think it is a chain params here in CPP, chain params, and I am expecting here somewhere to see, yeah, here we have it, consensus subsidy halving. So we found all the things already. So we see here that this word that we see here, this huge word, consensus and sub halving interval, actually means 210,000. That's the number. So we go back to this formula, and we could change this word here, this huge word, with just simply that number that I just showed you guys, this 210,000. So you say 210,000 here. Can I write here? I'm probably not allowed. No. So let me just copy it for fun. Copy it, new text file, paste it here, and so this word here would actually mean 210,000. The n height at this moment would be, at this exact moment, would be this number that we see here, 628,608. So we go, oh, it's in my text file here, 628, I can't remember what I said, 818 or something, 819, what is it? 608, whatever. It is not that important. Let me go back to this nice screen with colleges. Hello? Why is it doing this? So, so there's just some random number here. It doesn't matter that much, but what does matter is that when you divide this number by that number, if we would do that on a calculator, so give us a calculator. Let's put the calculator over here, and let's just simply do that. So you understand what in the programming is going on. So here, let's see that. And can you see this? So it's, you could probably do this with your brain, but it's 2, 8. Let's just easily a couple of zeros and say let's divide it by 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then we get an answer which is 2 dot something, 2.99. So we're almost at 3. But here we're getting back at C++ programming again. It says here an integer. An integer is always a whole number. So an integer cannot be this number that we have here, 2.99. An integer is either 2 or 3. So in this case, it will be 2. The integer is 2, and we're almost at 3. So now we know that the integer halvings, like it says here, integer halvings at the moment is 2. If we go back and we would change this number to 630,000 blocks, which is in not that long, which is in which was in 9 days. Every 10 minutes 1 block, so it's 9 days. If this number here changes in the programming into that number, 6,300, and we would divide that, then you can do that with your brain. This is not that hard. The answer will be 3. Okay, so keep that in mind. We have now in a couple of days, this integer named halvings is going to be the number 3. So whatever stands here is a safe thing for whenever the halvings, the number which is now 2, which is going to be 3 in a couple of days, which changes every 4 years. So every 4 years it's 4, then it's going to be 5, then it's going to be 6. It says whenever we are at moment that the first number divided by the second number is going to be 64 or more, then we're not going to be mining any more coins. That's why we all know for sure, for a fact, that in the year 2100 something, I don't know the exact day, but I think everybody is always talking about 2150, the year 2150, then we're going to reach this moment that the 64th time of halving has occurred, which ends with miners not getting any coins. So mining pools will only work in 100 years just to keep the network running, not to inflate the network with new coins, only to keep it running and to verify the transactions. And whenever they verify, they will still get a small amount of money for verifying, just like miners do nowadays. Okay, but yeah, let's go back to this small program part here. So now you get the idea of thinking. We're talking about numbers. It's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times halving. So we're now at 2. We're going to be at the third time halving in a couple of days. And it started with 50 whole Bitcoins. And so that's why we're now in number 2. The answer, if we would put n height here, like we just did, and the consensus halving, which is the same number that we see here, we get number 2. If you divide, if you halve it by 2, then you get to the number 12 and a half. 50 divided by 2 is 25. 25 divided by 2 is 12 and a half. And it's going to be 6.25, 6 and a quarter. And that happens because of this land. And this halvings here, this halvings was just that word that we were just talking about, the number, the integer number 1, number 2, number 3. And the n subsidy is this number that we see over here. So now we're talking. Now we know the basics, and then we're going to bit shift this n subsidy. But what we have to do is we have to know the bits of that integer. So an integer can also be shown in bits, and once you see an integer in bits, then you can bit shift that number. You're like, what the hell are we talking about? Okay, how can I show you guys what I'm talking about? Because the best way to learn things is by playing around with it. How can we play with C++? C++, how C++, the testing? Test? How would you call that? Somewhere where you can test it. Code helper or something. I don't know if any of you know what I'm doing. Code coverage tool, maybe that's it, what I'm searching for. Nope. Where did I usually do it? I didn't prepare that well for this live stream, so I'm sorry if I'm a little bit messy today. Code helper, C++. What am I actually trying to do? I want to program it, but I want to program it live. Program test exampler. How can we do that? Examples. I don't need examples. Hello world. I need to make a hello world. Yeah, we value privacy. Well, thank you for valuing my privacy. Can we do that here? Can we test here? Try it out. Output. Can I change something here? No, I cannot. Do any of you guys know what I'm doing? I'm searching for a live program place. I don't want to start Linux. What was I usually code? Okay, give me a sec. I need to figure out what I'm actually searching for. I have a program on my mobile phone which I use to teach myself how to program. I haven't used it in months, years, so I don't know. Solo learn. There we can do that. Solo learn. Sololearn.com, I guess. Yeah, this is the website that I use to teach myself how to program. So if you are here and you are so interested in this programming stuff and you want to learn how to program, go to Solo Learn. You can do it on your Android phone. And yeah, let me sign in with Google. And let me sign in with which account? I think I use my crap account. Yeah, all my accounts on Google are crap accounts. And as you can see, whoa, I'm a level 7 programmer. C++ is already finished, CSS. So here here you can see what I know about programming. So yeah, let me go to the code playground. Maybe we can do bit shifting here. Search for bit shifting in Python. In Python, bit shifting works as well. We can see here. So let me show you. Let me run this. And does it work? It gives 16. I want to show you in bits. How do I show bits? Solution with bit shift, odd even detector, bit shift operator, bit shift. It's been a while. Seven upvotes. Let me check out what's gonna happen here. So, man, you should definitely check out this website. Here, bit shift operator. Nice. Which language is it? This is Java. Okay, so I am not that familiar with Java. Okay. Bitwise operator. Oh, this is all new for me. What is Bitwise? Bitwise operator. Bitwise compares bit by bit using logical operators. Integer to binary string. Integer to binary string. Okay. I'm just doing all this stupid stuff to figure out how I can show you guys a simple bit shift. Integer XY bit shift operator. Okay. I need to think a little bit. And or integer and is this, integer or is that. Blah blah blah. Not important. Can we delete some stuff? Let me check what happens when I delete this. Would it still work, or do we get a problem? It would still work. Okay, awesome. I don't need integer y. Don't need this. And let me put integer x. Let's put it very simple to 50. And this one, let me delete this. I'm just doing this to show you guys what bit shifting is. So please be patient. I know it is pretty boring for some of you guys. Some of you guys are like, I'm not here to do this stuff. I don't want to see this Java. I want to see Bitcoin source code. Or you want to see how to hack. But not today. Not today. So what I'm going to do here is, let me first, how can I make a comment out of this? Does this work here? What is in Java the trick? I think it was, yeah, double dash. So let me run. I expect to see a number soon. Yes. Would this be the number 50? How does it work? Let me check out some comments. The chat is 12 seconds behind the video. The chat is behind the video. I don't know why the chat is behind the video, to be honest. I think it has something to do with this setup that I have. The screen that you're seeing, this chat screen, it's a little bit slow. I don't know if you can remember, but I know that you were here 2 live streams ago, and I had this screen in my screen, and it didn't show any of the chats, and then all of a sudden 1 second it just showed all the chats of the entire live stream. So it's not working perfectly, but I am kind of happy that we see the questions in our screen, so I don't forget answering them. William Merola, that's a new name. Pardon me, can you guide me through regaining my 12-word phrase? If I can guide you through regaining. Okay, guiding through regaining is very hard. The reason why it's very hard, I don't know if you are familiar with my tutorial on the case that I have created in the past about the mnemonic phrases, the 12-word backup phrase. But I could tell you already that if you have none of the words, then I can't help you. If you have 10 of the 12 words, then I can help you. If you don't know the right order, then I can help you. But I am not going to help you. YouTube is going to help you. And why? Because I have made the video on the subject, I think 2 years ago. A long time ago. And I am quite sure that it would still work. And, hey, I thought let's check out BTC Recover. And remember how we started with this password list? Bubblegum baby. Yeah, now I see the name and now I remember it. It did find it. Wow. So I'm a little bit out of context for if you just start viewing, if you just, how do you call that? Joined us. But I started the brute force with this command. Let me show you the command, just so you have a slight idea. If you are familiar with my channel, then you are familiar with BTC Recover. Probably not 100%. This used to be the case, but nowadays, of course, there are new viewers for other reasons. But run BTC Recover with instead of a token list, which I always talk about, the tokens, the parts of the passwords that you know. Now we're talking about a password list where we don't have tokens, but we have a huge list of possibilities. It says it found it at try 1,287,000. So I am expecting it to be here in this list at line 1,000,000 something. 18,000. Let's do this together. 200, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're at 1,000. Damn. It's so hard. 14 million lines and then trying to find it. Oh, I have an idea. Can't I just find a line? Find in files, find line, go to, you want to go to line? You are here. Line, I want to go to line 1,000,000. Is this 1,000,000? This is 100,000. 1,000,000. Budaki. Okay, and it was 1,200 something. 287. Oh, 187, 287. Oh, it was close. Nice. Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy that it does work, because I haven't tried this before. This was the first time for me using a password list. So if you are here just because you want to know something new about BTC Recover, if you have tried anything with tokens and you don't know how to do anything else, and you have tried everything that I taught you on my YouTube channel, then this is something new that you didn't know before. This is new. So now you can try password lists, and you have to find password lists first. You can find them online. And this one is called rocku.txt, and it's a well-known password list. Awesome. Okay, but we were talking about bit shifting. So this number here that we see here is actually the number 50. What I did was I wanted to make sure that it is showing us in bits that number. So whenever we are going to bit shift this same number, let me show you. I expect this to do the bit shift. So let me put this together. I say the same command, but now I'm gonna bit shift it not to the left. I always make this error. I need to think differently, because now I'm pointing the wrong way, but I need the arrow that way. So it's other arrows, bit shifting, and then you're gonna see the difference. And I'm gonna change this small line here. Let me couple of spaces, and let me rerun it. Okay. So what did just happen? This is kind of not very clear what is actually happening. So let me do a one. I have a great idea. I have an awesome idea. I have a great idea. I am going to copy this, and I'm going to do 3 bit shifts. Yes, that's what we're going to do. 1 tab, 2 tabs. Let me delete a couple of tabs. So, and I want to, what does this code say? It says system out print, which means show us. Whatever we see between these 2 quotation marks is going to be seen as text, just simply text. Oh, hey, babe. Hey. Somebody was asking you how you were doing.
I'm doing fine, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. It was Jeremy Stevens. How is your girlfriend doing?
I'm doing fine.
It's been a while ago, so I don't know if that person is still here, but you said how you were doing.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, let me do 1 bit shift, 2 bit shifts, 3 bit shifts, and after this, I think it is going to make so much sense to you guys what actually happens whenever I press run now. And if not, then I'm going to explain it to you guys. Ha. Now it started to make sense. Okay. It's still a little bit weird, And why is it still weird? Because we need a space here in this line. But I don't like it the way it is showing us this. How can I fix this? How can I fix these? So what if I would just simply copy paste this here? So plus there. And before the integer, I'm just gonna put a simple 0. And then we go plus, where's plus, there's plus, to the next integer. Let me check out if this works. I expect now to have a 0 in front of the binary code. Aha, now it started to look more familiar. So in order for me to make any sense to you guys, I have to do this by hand, because I don't know how to do this differently. Let me run it. Okay, so now I think it's going to start to make a little bit sense what this bit shifting actually means. So let me try and explain it, and we have to watch this part of the screen here. This part. So these are bits, and how can I explain bits a little bit better? Bits are always read from the right side, that side, to left. And first character here, this 0, actually means the number 1. And we don't have a 1 here. This number actually means the number 2. And this one actually means the number 4, sorry. So what actually stands here is 1 4 and 1 2. Or in this case, we have 1 8 and 1 4. So let's start with the number 50. And I have X here. Let me just say this number is 50. Let me make it a little bit easier. This one means 12. No, not 12, 25. Even though 25 should not even be possible. What am I talking about? 12 and a half and 625. Am I saying this correct? Please correct me if I'm wrong, because sometimes I think things but I'm not sure about them. So this is added to make it a little bit easier. So how to write these numbers? I'm writing here the number 12 and a half, even though that is actually not really correct. It's not really correct, but I'm doing this for the purpose of easiness now, because in reality 50 bitcoins actually means 50 times 100 million, which changes this number a lot, of course. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna keep it at 50. But 50 in bits would be written like this. If we would do a bit shift to the right, that means every 0 or every 1 would be moved 1 to the right. As you can see here, these 2 ones are moved over here. I keep saying right, but it's that way in the screen. I'm so dumb. But they're going to the right, as you see here, if you just look at the walls. So if you want to write the number 3, for instance, we would write 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then double 1. So let me do that. Let me copy paste this. Let's go back to the delete. Make it nice. Make it look nice, friend. Tab. So let me make this the number 3. And this would be the number. This is 6. Bit shift number 4. Extra here, bit shift number 4. Run it. Bit shift number 4. So this is what actually happens every time, and this is this most simple way for programmers to write that. To write halving. Where is it here? Let me keep it together. So that is what this part here means. So the amount of money that miners gets halved every halvings, every 2,100 blocks. And then this return subsidy is the amount that the miners, that the miner that mines the block eventually get. Hope that makes sense. They get 50, and it's 50 divided by 3. Yes, I hope that made a little bit of sense. Right shifting binary numbers would divide a number by 2. Exactly. Right shifting would divide a number by 2. And I was trying to explain this in a way that it also makes sense instead of just saying divided by 2. Because when I first saw this small piece of bit shifting, which actually this part of the formula that we see here, this x and then double arrow to the right, that means halving, but I wanted to show you guys why, what happens with binary code, what happens with the zeros and the ones when we're bit shifting with the bits. A bit would be a 0 or a 1, and that's why I enjoy trying to explain this to you guys. So I hope that made a little bit sense, and if not, man, you can make fun of me for not being able to teach you guys anything special. But yeah, that was something about the Bitcoin source code. Interesting. I wanted to start up the Fartcoin wallet, which I haven't done in a long time, and so I haven't been very up to date with my project. So what was going on? So my Fartcoin-Project website, I've had some problems with the website. You can probably already imagine that whenever you're working with something that is, well, first of all, open source or about money, then people try and attack you. So one of the first things that happened was whenever I had for instance, this website running, I had people trying to brute force my backend of the website, trying to brute force my MySQL. they were trying to do so many things, and you can see that stuff when you're using Wireshark. Is that the right word? Wireshark, Sharkwire. What is it? Wireshark. I don't even have it installed yet. So you can see what happens in your Wireshark. I think that was the program. Yes, Wireshark, a network traffic analysis program, and I think it is free. And what I did was I was checking out what my network was doing, and I saw that every second or even less than a second, they were trying to hit my website with a password on the admin and on the root input username. Yeah, that was what I was trying to say. But so I didn't like that. I didn't like it. My whole home network was slowing down, and I don't know if it was DDoS or brute force or something, but I found it in Wireshark. I found constant tries on passwords, and so I did not quit it, but I didn't take it as serious anymore because I didn't trust it that much. I didn't trust working on the project. I was a little bit scared. I don't know if any of you that are here right now at the moment were here last time I tried going live, and one of the first things I did was make a huge mistake, and that's why I didn't want to go live anymore. And that was also while I was trying to work with the Fartcoin-Project. I don't want to download the wallet. I already have the wallet. What am I doing? Let me open the Fartcoin wallet. And I think mijn vraag van Black Knight Games is: spreek jij toevallig ook Nederlands? Nee, ik spreek geen Nederlands. Dat klopt. Maar nee, wij doen niet aan Nederlands hier. Sorry, there was a question in the chat if I can speak Dutch. And yes, I can. I know how to speak Dutch. So, as you can see here, it's 2 weeks behind. So, the last time I was... it's not even working. The last time I was synchronizing the blockchain was 2 weeks ago. And I don't do that often because it's a lot of work to do, because I don't know how to do that with the latest version of the wallet that I created. I only know how to do that with an old version, which only runs in an old Ubuntu of my development Ubuntu. So let's just boot up the development Ubuntu. Ubuntu, you're like, what the hell is a Ubuntu? Ubuntu is the name of Linux that I am using. So if you are new here, Ubuntu is a very nice operating system. You can run that besides or next to anything. You can run that besides Windows, but you can also run it in a virtual machine like I am doing right now. You can hear it in my accent that I am Dutch. Oh no, did I make those mistakes? I usually don't have a very much Dutch accent. And I don't have a very much Dutch accent. Dutch? Oké, even denken. Jan-Peter Balkenende, hoe praten die ook alweer? Hallo, I am here. No, I don't know how to do that. Okay, so let me mine a block. That's how I'm gonna start this. This is the old Fartcoin wallet. This is Fartcoin 0.9. It also works on the network, but I built the Fartcoin 1.0. And the problem with the Fartcoin 1.0 is once you are not synchronized with the network, you are not able to start mining. And that is a good thing, usually, but today it is not a good thing. Today, I want to start mining again, so I have the network all synchronized again. So I do that with the old wallet, because that's the only one. Here we see it, version 0.9. That's the only one. This one is built for anybody who cares. This one is built from the Dogecoin Core wallet, an old Dogecoin Core wallet. I think it was Dogecoin 8 or something. It all started for me with the Litecoin 8 wallet. That's where I created the Fartcoin-Project. And to be totally honest, I found the idea how to do that on the channel of somebody on Google which has the Funcoin. So I should give him credits right now if you're here. So Funcoin. Is he really somewhere? Funcoin on YouTube. Let me search Funcoin. How to make cryptocurrency. Yeah, this one from Agua, I guess. Is it Agua? Yeah. So as you can see, I've watched this one, and it's 2 years ago that I watched this one, and it teaches you how to create your first own cryptocurrency. Even though he doesn't teach you so much, he just teaches you the basics of the basics, and I am very thankful, but you won't learn everything that I created with the Fartcoin-Project. So he won't teach you how to make a mining pool. He won't teach you how to make a place where you can change it. But this was the guy that taught me the basics. That's where I started. So if you want to start now, you know how to do it. How to make cryptocurrency. And I think if you want to know how to do that, then you already found this guy, I think. But then again, I'm not sure. Oh, Wireshark. I was downloading Wireshark to show you guys. It's an interesting program. I use it to check. I used it, now I know. I used it when I had a VPN. I don't know what VPN means, but it gives you a new IP address. A virtual private VPN network? I don't know. But the VPN, I use Nord.vpn. So I've showed you guys NordVPN before. I told you guys why I chose it. I chose it because it is cheap, it is easy, and you can pay with Bitcoin. I eventually tried using Wireshark while I was on the VPN and while I was off the VPN. And I could see a big difference. And I cannot show you guys that now, which is a little bit terrible, because I wanted to show you guys. But the reason why I can show you guys is if I go on my VPN right now, then we lose connection. Then my live stream would stop right away. But I can assure you that whenever you use a program like this, you can see what's going on in your network. So Wireshark is still installing. It is just a very, very handy program. I think it is supposed to be in your hacking. Oh no! No! I can't show you guys now. This is terrible. This is not good. I should have known that I had to reboot, but I thought I had it installed. Painful. I want to reboot manually later. I can't show you guys this right now. Or can I? Let me think. Can I? Give me a sec. I'm going to check. Can I go to this computer? I need TeamViewer on my MacBook. Go to the server. Sorry, I'm on the other PC at the moment, so give me a sec. Raccoon Cache. I have version 1 that we. So I have a Raccoon Cache. I have an idea. I don't know if you are that person, but I think you are the miner, since you have told me in the last live stream that you have a 6 times faster miner than I have, because you have 6 times my GPU. And I have seen in the last year a miner many times on my mining pool, which has lots of power. Wireshark is portable too. Is it true? Is it? Portable apps. Oh, so should I use that one? Well, let's try that one too. I do like this program a lot. Okay, I want to use TeamViewer. So let me start TeamViewer and put it here. I want to go to my MacBook, double click. I need to put in a password. It's every time a different password. Okay. This is for my live stream. Okay. So here we have my MacBook. And remember the last time that I was here live, I made a terrible mistake. That was when I entered some personal information in my server, and I had to shut down last time because this screen that you see in the middle here, that server, I showed you guys a password, and that was not a very nice thing for me to do, because I had to change every password just to be sure, and that took me a couple of hours to do. But I have Wireshark here. That's what I wanted to show you guys. Wireshark. So let me show you Wireshark. So this is the Wireshark menu, and this is the Wireshark for my web server, the one hosting the Fartcoin website, the website that we don't see anywhere here, but this website, and also the Block Explorer, which also runs on the MacBook. The MacBook, yeah, it's the MacBook. The MacBook is my Fartcoin server. So what we're gonna do is, let me check. Oh, it's not run as a sudo. Okay, so it's not working at the moment. I forgot, because I have to start it with administrator rights. So let me shut this down and let me open a, come on, new terminal. Okay, terminal. Can I open a new like this? How do you open new? Cancel. How does this work? I want a new screen. File, new tab. Just give me a new window, and let me try and open sudo Wireshark, and then my sudo password. And now let me check for sure that you won't see what I'm doing, because I don't want to change every password again. Sorry, try again. Did I write it wrong? And let me write it. Damn it. Yes. Man, whenever you have changed your password, then you can't do it just by muscle memory. So I have to think, and I made, as you saw, a couple of errors. And I don't know, but you probably already see difference from the last screen that I showed you guys. Oh, get rid of that. You see that there is something running. So when we want to check out what is going on our network, we see that lots of stuff is going on here. And we can see down here, yeah, let me think. What am I going to show you guys? What's this? It says, not attack. It's been a long time since I've used this program. But it just shows you what's going on the network. So let me go to destination. What destinations are here? Application. What's going on here? So I was just checking out this list that I'm just showing you with destination, different destination and different sources, I guess, that I did, and I found that my website was being attacked, and that scared me. Obviously, I didn't like it, and yeah, that's why I stopped working on my project. That's why I didn't like my meme exchange project that much anymore, because I was afraid. I was afraid that I might have people trying to break into my server, and well, I don't mind if people try and steal my little bit of Bitcoin that I have invested in this project, but I wouldn't like it if there is somebody else investing their money, and I don't. Well, no. I don't want people to steal my stuff or your stuff, obviously. So yeah, but Wireshark is a very cool program, because whenever you go on the internet, so let me try and show you guys how that. I keep trying. I don't know if you saw it. I keep trying to put my mouse to the other computer. But let me try and use this. Do something on the internet for fun. Let's just go to Google. It doesn't matter. Google.com. And now, if we go back to Wireshark, I expect if we put it on time, then down here is apparently somewhere where I was searching for. Ah man, it goes so fast. I'm so not familiar with this program. Can I find here? Apply filter. What if I type Google? Would that work? No. Any idea on what I'm actually doing? No, I have no idea what I'm doing. I feel so stupid at the moment. I feel like I'm a kid working for the first time with something. So how can we change something? Let me close down this one. I don't. And let's go to Google and search for something. Oh, let's go to this website. Is something happening here? There's always something happening. Can I make this easier for us? Your IP address, it ends with 182. Yes, that's close. You have a stop button on the top. True. Well, yeah, that's true. Thank you. Wireshark is probably a machine, but what I showed recently was not my machine, but an example for Hashcat. But even if I have stopped it, the list is very huge. What's this? I was just checking out this list, and eventually I found in this list a location where it tried to connect all the times to my IP address. So to the destination would be my IP address, which is not number 5, but number 9. Plus number 9 in this case, here. The number 9 is actually this Ubuntu here. And the Ubuntu that we're seeing at the background now here, this Ubuntu, is actually my MacBook, which stands over there, and that's called IP address number 5. So we're talking about number 9, and where did it go? Come back here, Wireshark. Daniel, Wireshark. So yeah, I found within this list I was just peculiar, and I found some things that I didn't like, and it was directed directly at my websites, and I saw just inputs of passwords, and so I stopped working on that stuff because I didn't want to lose anything. What's this? Font awesome, bootstrap, trying to get very interesting. But what you for instance see here is a list with things. I don't know exactly what we're reading here because it's brand new. I see it is destination, another IP address, which is apparently doing something somewhere on my web server. It doesn't matter. But through the wire, through the literally internet wire, goes these kinds of texts, as you can see here. We see origin, HTTP Explorer, Fartcoin-Project.com, connection, keep alive. Well, you see actually normal words down here. You can read it. This is English. What, for instance, a VPN would do, and NordVPN does that for sure, I know that, it would encrypt this, what we see here. Then you wouldn't be able to read anything here anymore. So a small interesting fact about VPNs would be that. Okay. I was gonna do this. I'm sorry. Set generate is true. But yeah, go full power. Do it. Because we need to synchronize our blockchain. it's been a long time since I've synchronized it. Your IP address ends, yeah, 182. That's correct. My IP address, well, you are getting sent to my IP address whenever you type in fartcoin-project.com, because I redirected it directly to my IP address. You probably already saw my tutorial on the subject, how to create your own web server from home and host a Apache web server. And in that tutorial, I show you guys. Well, I keep saying I show you guys, but I keep teaching myself how I did it in the past, because you probably already know this. Bitcoin and everything Bitcoin related for me is just a hobby. It's not a work. It's not my work. So I'm not working on this every day, which means that whenever I'm working on something, I can accidentally make some mistakes when I work on that a couple of months later. And that's why I make all those videos on the subject. Because you don't know it, but usually when I have a problem here at home, or if I help somebody, then I really usually watch back my own videos. I don't watch them back on YouTube. I have them on my own PC, but I really need them lots of time. Especially, for instance, when somebody is asking me about something like Android stuff. Okay, so the blockchain has been synchronized again. So now I can stop. So set generate false. Awesome. Now it has been updated. It has been synchronized. So this can shut down. Now I am 100% sure that it is here synchronized as well. And if I would go to the Fartcoin block explorer, I expect it to not show us it yet, but it will. It will probably pretty soon. I don't know. I have no clue. It's been a while. Okay, but I'm very happy that it is working. Clipping. Is it clipping again? Big red button clipping. Or are you clipping the live stream? So, yeah, let us just do something differently, because I'm getting a little bit bored. It is good now or not? I guess you mean now. I'm sorry if my mic is clipping. Is it clipping when I'm close, or is it clipping when I'm far away? What can I do? I told you guys something about bit shifting, which is very interesting. I really like bit shifting, and I didn't like it that much. Well, you probably already know that within Fartcoin-Project, I created a different kind of formula for this subsidy stuff. So I copied this part here, and I changed it a little bit. So let me go to the website, to the source code, and let me show you what I did. I think I've already showed you guys, but maybe you are new here and you are interested in this. Change the client name to Space Police. No, where is it? Let me think. Where can I find it? It would also be in validation. No, here it is called differently. Damn you! Merkle block. No, didn't I create something myself? Bitcoin reward, but where is the reward? This was my reward formula. And the bit shift trick. Wow, it's all explained here. Man, why did I even bother explaining stuff? I could just send you to this file here and it would explain everything that I just did in the last hour. Oh, this was such a hard trick to do. Oh my god, I cannot even explain what I did here. Creating templates in C++ to be able to divide an integer. Damn, what the hell. Here I am explaining bit shifting too. Insanely. Whoa, nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm just reading it. Sorry for being so slow. When CPU it clips a stream. Oh. You found it. Oh yeah, I was mining. Remember? I started the miner. Oh, awesome. Yeah, the miner. That was the reason. It always uses CPU. I don't like it when it uses CPU when it's doing nothing. But maybe it's communicating with the block explorer, because I have two connections. So there's somebody else connected. Let me check it out. Network peers. This must be you. Oh, nice. So I'm wondering because I haven't I have never tried this, but I don't know what happens when somebody from a new person actually connects to the Fartcoin to the Fartcoin network. If it connects to my PC, to this wallet that I have on my Windows PC, or if it connects to my Linux PC, the one that I showed you, this one here, where is it? Where's my virtual machine? Show me the virtual box. This one here, because this is running all the websites. Whenever I shut down this screen here, if I would shut this down or reboot it, then the website would go down instantly. Yep, that's you. Awesome. Cool. I like it. So, are you mining on the network, or have you ever mined before on the network? Are you having some coins? Were you the person that had a account on Meme Exchange a year ago? I don't know. I have so many questions, and I hope you keep in mind that this project that I am doing is just for fun. Remember, just for us to understand what is going on behind Bitcoin and the source code and stuff. Because I saw that somebody was mining on my mining pool, and he was mining with so much power that that it was one time there was a problem, because he was mining with, I think he had almost 100, no, not 100, but at least 10 20 times as much hashing power as I had. And what happened was that he was mining, and then all of a sudden this server, I think I resetted it, or I had to restart it or stuff, and he didn't connect anymore. And what happened was, because he wasn't mining, the mining algorithm was built for his mining power. So I had to mine the network. I had to synchronize the network by mining a new block, and that took me days to do. So my network is way too small. Maybe someday I'll put your node on Raspberry Pi at home. Oh, that would be very nice if you would do that. In the meantime, I have a small running. I have a Fartcoin wallet running here on this server that we see here. You can even see it in the screen here that it's now on top. Fartcoin D daemon has started, and the problem is that I created this this Fartcoin core wallet is not listening to the network. Why did I do that? I didn't want it to be connected to the network. It can only be connected to the network through this Windows wallet that I have. So every information on the Fartcoin server comes from this wallet, and whenever this wallet is online. So that's why I was wondering if you were connected automatically to my wallet, and I think it is automatically connected to this wallet here, because it shows me here. So that's already an answer to my question. Awesome. Very nice. Okay. I don't know if you guys mind, but I want to take a small break, a break of, let's say, 10 minutes, something, like until 10 o'clock. I want to drink something. And while I am away, I think I'm going to show you one of my videos of my channel that nobody ever watched. So I think that would be smart to do, because I have a lot of videos that a lot of people just don't like watching, never watched, but that way I'm quite sure that it will be new for you, unless you are that one person that watches every video that I make. Because you can see I have a folder on my PC where I keep all the videos that I did edit. Oh man, you don't even want to know how much work it is. But my worst video, let's just look together. That's going to be so much fun, because I have done one collaboration in my life. There was one time that in my YouTube channel live that I did a collaboration. Let's just go to the YouTube page. Yeah, I don't care. Let's go here, and let me go to analysis. Here you can see how rich I get of my YouTube channel, how much money this makes. And here you can see how many comments I still have to check. I don't know if you can read it, but I'm already at 5,000 spam messages on my channel. 5,000. Oh my god. And I think it was 2 months ago that I deleted them all, or that I checked them all. Come on. Oh, legit hacks. They are legit. Oh, come on. I'm gonna make a video on this subject about all these bastards trying to. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys my least viewed video. Well, at least some of my least viewed videos, because everybody on my channel has seen this video, how to generate private key, many BTC rich. It's just everybody has seen it. I'm quite sure about that, because it's still my #1 video. But as you can see, this video has been online for 2 years. It's been watched only 57 times. It's my only collaboration. I only did one time a collaboration. So I'm going to show you guys these videos while I am taking a small break, if you guys don't mind, because my throat is a little bit sore. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'll just, I'll put this one in the playlist. Well, these first videos. Let's do that. So that was interview with, what was his name again? I can't remember. Let me put it over there. So I'm sorry that I'm gonna leave you guys in for a couple of minutes, but you should just have something to do in the meantime, so I can just go away. Now, one art please. That's not a really cool video. The R Bitcoin 2 something, what was it? r/Bitcoin China unbanned. Which one was it? No, it was this one. After the lamp, yeah. Nobody watched that Reddit video, and I thought it was so cool. Yeah, that these two are probably enough. So I put them here, and let me put on audio, and let me check.
I wanna go.
Okay, I have audio here. I give you. My best video have 7K views. Whoa, man, that's awesome. Whoa, nice. Whoa. Look at my face. Look. And then I saw my face. Okay. Yeah, no, it looks like a sneezy face. Let me make sure that it's not too loud. Well, okay, it's already fine.
Go to Transylvania and hunt for Dracula. So hi everybody, welcome back to the Bitcoin Day Trading channel. And today I'm gonna talk to Andrei Polgar. Does that sound like a vampire name to you? I don't know if I pronounce his name right, but I'm trying the best that I can. He has written a book. The book is called The Age of Anomaly. He talks in the book about bubbles, about preparation for certain situations, and we're gonna have an interview with him today. But he's from the 1 Minute Economics YouTube channel. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this video. Interviewing time! I did read a big part of your book. I started reading the book like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. But before I knew it, I was at like page number 40 of your book.
This is a huge book. Until next Sunday, the 12th of August, it's gonna cost just 99 cents. When reading this book, it doesn't seem like we have this arrogant economist who talks down on you from the ivory tower. It's kind of like this conversation, just like having a friend who gives you these tips, a friend who just so happens to be good at economics. I have a contest going on next week. I got some sponsors on board. I'm gonna have a Bitcoin as the #1 prize, and then just tons of smaller prizes.
It was an interesting book, I must say. I was very skeptical at the beginning.
I know, and that's a common theme I get, because you know there are so many people who continuously made these doom and gloom predictions. Oh my God, the world's gonna.
Yeah.
That discredits the idea of financial preparedness. Yeah, but I'm not making predictions. The average person, and even people who are tech savvy like you do tend to raise an eyebrow whenever someone talks about the next financial crisis.
I am blessed that I live in the Netherlands. And so I really enjoyed the chapter about the tulips. It is obviously my home country, the cities that you've called in your story. I've been to those cities like, I think 2 weeks ago. You were talking about...
If I ever come over there, I don't want to see Leiden. It would be pretty cool to kind of go there and have this context.
Well, I've been to Alkmaar and Haarlem. Those 2 cities are pretty close to each other, and I'm quite familiar with those.
It's really crazy, you know, like you have the tulip mania of 1636 to 37 when it peaked, and then you have my most recent case study, which was the short domain mania of 2015 to 2016.
Yeah, I read
there are
that
so
too.
many parallels between those completely different events that it's just funny. It's not that history repeats itself necessarily, but it rhymes, and many of the same things, even if not exactly in the same way, but close enough.
What might be interesting for my audience as well is that those stories, they look a lot like how Bitcoin was reacting in the last year, in 2017. You had all those people entering that had no idea what they were exactly doing. It reminded me of that rage that was back in the days with the tulips.
Actually, it's even more similar to, like, when it comes to technology, whether it's Bitcoin or the dot-com bubble or railway stocks in the 1800s in the United Kingdom, we do tend to get a bit carried away. And, you know, when times are good, we think it's, oh my God, we're all going to get rich off this new exciting technology.
Amazing opportunity.
And then when panic sets in, yeah, of course with Bitcoin you have these really aggressive boom and bust cycles, but yeah, it just comes with the territory basically.
It's interesting for people that are not knowledge about economy at all. It's more for...
Depends, because even if you're really knowledgeable in economics, like I have my content about crypto, my content about the short domain mania, like even if you're a researcher in economics yourself, even those people have probably never heard about the short domain mania of 2015 to 2016 before. I'm pretty sure I'm the only guy who even studied
that was new for me too. The domain names in begin 2000s, I knew about that, but not about in 2015 and 2016.
It's crazy, you know, how you had these domains that went from being $8 in 2009, 2010. At the end of 2015, early 2016, they were over $2,000 each.
I never expected that to happen, because I thought that this domain name battle, the domain war would stop, but it's still on.
Oh yeah, the rules of the game have changed. You know, the low-hanging fruit compared to people who bought them in the 90s or early 2000s, that's gone, of course. The same principle will be valid when it comes to crypto. I mean, it would be great to have a time machine and travel back in 2009 when there was this guy who sold a pizza for 10,000 bitcoins, or the other guy who offered 10,000 bitcoins for $50 on Bitcoin Talk, but nobody wanted to take it.
You are into crypto. I think you mentioned it a couple of times.
There is a section about crypto. I consider them the only life jacket asset that I recommend among the new assets. And yeah, I'm out there. Like, I have accounts at 17 exchanges, and some of them in South Korea. I've made quite a bit of money doing arbitrage, because in South Korea, once had when Bitcoin was at 20K elsewhere, it was 26K in South Korea. But as a foreigner, you cannot take fiat out. So essentially, unfortunately, I didn't sell all my Bitcoin at the highs, but I did sell all of my Bitcoin that I had in South Korea. So I sold them for essentially $26,000.
Nice.
And when the price crashed in February and hit those panic lows, the premium disappeared. So it was no longer expensive to buy it on South Korea. So essentially, I was able to get a ton of money on exchanges in South Korea and then buy back in at a little over 6,000. Essentially, that increased my Bitcoin greatly. I withdrew it to my other wallets, and it was great. So yeah, I love even trading crypto. I love hodling crypto, of course. I try to speak kind of from a position of authenticity, of experience.
Another part that I did enjoy was when you were summing up comparisons between history. So you said, for instance, I just scrolling through your book right now, it was number 1, ignorance, number 2, in-depthness.
It's crazy how these things repeat themselves. Like, for example, again, the tulip mania. You had people among the first tradesmen who bought tulips and got rich were weavers, because they had these looms that they were expensive equipment. They used it as collateral to get loans to buy tulip bulbs. Here we are many hundreds of years later with the short domain mania, and I remember a broker from China, because so much interest was in China, talking to me and saying, oh my God, you have to see how much money people are making in China. They're getting high interest loans in China to invest in these domains, and look at how much money they're making. And I was like, okay, great, but what happens if prices go down?
Yeah.
Me to look like I'm the first person in the world who even told him about that possibility. So it's crazy how even so many hundreds of years apart, it's still so easy to draw these parallels and see these common mistakes that people.
And that's what I really enjoyed about your book. These comparisons that you can see from nowadays, from like 10 years ago, and from like 300 years ago. History does repeat itself in a way, not exactly, but I think it's mostly the thing that repeats itself is the emotional part of humanity. I think
That's exactly what I tell people about the third chapter. Like, why do we study? Why do we care about economic history? Well, we care because it gives us a glimpse into who we are.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out why we go from being excessively euphoric and in the crypto world, for example, pre-ordering Lambos, and then
Yeah.
on the downside we go in full-fledged panic mode. But then again, you also had people on CNBC giving advice on how to short Bitcoin. So kind of the exact opposite of what people did on the upside. They started doing it on the downside. Everyone started, oh my God, it's all a scam.
Yeah.
Oh, look, people on financial networks were like, see, I was right all along, it's going to zero. So it's just amazing how this insight into human nature gives you a good sense of perspective, and they don't have an expiration date. Like the things you learn about human nature, you're going to be able to put them to good use forever. So it's kind of like you read a book today, but it's always going to kind of pay dividends.
Will always remember the things that you said in your book, because I'm not gonna forget what I read. You summarized history very well. A part that shocked me a little bit was not being a doomsday prepper, but that part of prepare yourself for financial crisis. It scared me a little bit, but in a good way, you know, like being prepared of the worst.
That's kind of my main theme, you know, like, okay, you have these things, historically speaking, they happened in the past, they're going to happen in some way in the future. There's not really much you can do to stop it, but you can do something about your own finances, how you position yourself, how your family positions itself. Of course, these are serious things, of course you have to pay attention to them, but it's not the end of the world. You just got to know things are going to happen. I have to position myself properly and roll with it. Getting depressed or panicked or whatever, it's not going to do you any good anyway.
You were telling people to prepare themselves, but it depends on where you live on our planet. Maybe you want some cash at home, or you want money on the bank. Remember?
Yeah, in the same way, if you live in a politically unstable country, am I going to recommend real estate? Probably not. And yeah, that's kind of my goal, especially in the contrast to many of these gurus who just push, oh, all you have to do is buy gold with all your money and you're going to be fine. No. Do your own thinking. I'm going to teach you how to become a better economic thinker, and it's your responsibility to do these things. It does make sense to kind of put together whatever works best for you. I've learned one thing, and this applies to preparedness, it applies to everything, to real life as well. More than half the battle is showing up. More than half the battle is being willing to do something, anything. And this is what most people miss. In such a small dose, if you just show up, I promise that in the long run, the results are going to be perfect. Because most of my success stories, my businesses that went well or investments that went well, it's not because, oh my God, you have to be amazingly smart. It's not because, I don't know, you have to have superpowers. No, it's just because you showed up.
Now, where can they find your book?
Okay, so when this video is going to go live, from the 6th of August to the 12th of August, I'm going to reduce the price, as I've mentioned, to just 99 cents. If you want to check out the contest and win the Bitcoin or some of the other prizes, you can just visit 1 Minute Economics, my YouTube channel. I generally hope people extracted a ton of value from our conversation today, and yeah, be careful out there, guys.
Yeah, I hope so too. So I hope you guys will check out his book. I think you guys will enjoy reading the things that he said in his book, because I think you can relate to his stories. So you should definitely check out his channel and definitely check out the book. I want to thank you for this interview.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you guys for listening. I genuinely hope you're going to put our tips that I shared today to good use, and that you enjoyed the video. Hey, if you're ever in Romania, we're not that far away, holler at me. I live in Transylvania, so if you ever feel like...
Isn't that the city where Dracula used to live?
Yeah, not the city. Like in Romania, we have 3 regions, and Transylvania is kind of the region that's closer to Hungary, for example. And yeah, it's always a conversation starter when I tell people I live in Transylvania. So if you ever feel like, you know, vampire hunting, come on over and give me a call.
Awesome, man. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go vampire hunting. We can do that together and make a vlog about it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put it live on YouTube. It's gonna blow up.
Well, thanks, man. It was a pleasure.
Same here, same here. Take care and keep in touch.
That was a fun interview. I did enjoy that. I hope you guys did enjoy it. And you should definitely check out his channel, man, because it got some interesting stuff, especially about economics, a little bit about crypto, not too much. Woo! Woo! We did an interview. I read parts of the book.
Nerd.
I didn't read it entirely, but maybe you should. Are you calling me a nerd?
Well, I said nerd at first, and then you said I didn't read it all, so I said fake nerd.
Fake nerd! See you guys next time. If you did enjoy this video, let me know it by giving it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, it would be awesome if you would subscribe.
Wow, you know what
to my
I'm
channel.
seeing here.
I didn't read.
let me show my face again, because I'm missing my face. Get back that chat box. Oh, it's empty. Woo! Okay, so we're back. We're back. I just saw some terrible news. Oh, I am limited monetized. We're demonetized. Why? Because we're talking about brute forcing. And for some reason, you're not allowed to talk about brute force on YouTube. Whenever you say the word brute force, whenever I put brute force or something like that in my titles, they always get demonetized. And I ask for a manual review, and then they say, okay, you can get monetized. But then I lost all the money, 20 cents. Oh, yeah. While we're on the subject, let me check out how it's going with my latest video. That one that I uploaded last week. Look, you guys can see. This is how much I make per video. This is what I made for editing this last video. It took me 1 day to record, well, one evening, and it took me two times 8 hours to edit that stupid video, and it gave me 70 euro cents. Wow. Okay. Have you heard about Mega Mindy's song at home? What the hell? What are we talking about? Mega Mindy? Mega Mindy. Should I search for Mega Mindy? What is Mega? Disappointed. Okay. Have you heard about Mega Mindy's song at home? No, I have not heard about Mega Mindy's song at home. Mega Mindy song at home. Mega Mindy, ik ben Mega Mindy. Is Mega Mindy a Dutch thing? Is it typically Dutch? Or is it, nah, it's international, am I right? It sounds Mega Mindy, that doesn't sound like a Dutch name. It looks like Tante Sousa. Are there any Dutch people here that know Tante Sousa? Wow. I don't know if you noticed, but the chat, man, come on. I don't know if you saw it, but it just got here. But I was already answering this question a half a minute ago. And I think one of the viewers, Rim Kukach, already said it. You gotta send me how to pronounce your name. You're always here. I keep saying your name, and I feel terrible for probably pronouncing it terribly wrong. Okay, I know how I'm going to figure this out. Let me get some audio. Let me go to Google. Translate. I know something. I know you are not Russian. You are Polish. I'm going to do this. I'm sorry. I feel so stupid for all the time pronouncing your name wrong. How do you... Rekum...
Rekumkac.
Rekumkac. So, do I pronounce this right?
Rekumkac.
My number one live viewer in 2020, for sure. Hell yeah. I appreciate it a lot. You help me a lot, because when I'm alone here, because I know that there are a couple of viewers after we have been live. I know that in the week, usually, well, most of the views of my last live stream were in the entire week. So you help me whenever I'm stuck, when I'm mentally stuck. Sometimes I'm mentally stuck. I don't know. I'm going to copy paste what you just sent me. I'm gonna send it here. Now it's a movie earning a channel. It must have at least 1,000 subs. That's true. That's true. I was very happy when I had 1,000 subs. It was a while ago, and I actually made a video. I made a, last year summer. Correct. You probably seen it. You probably have seen it. It is on my channel. And I am about to go to Reddit, because I am kind of out of ideas. But what was it? Maybe if I put 1,000 here? Yeah. The 1,000 sub special. So when did I hit it? It was 2018, July. Oh man, I can remember this like it was yesterday. Oh, I was so happy. Yeah, I've been trying so hard, because I wanted to be able to have them send something to my bank account, just for the sake of it. And it took me years to get YouTube to send something to my bank account. Man, I'm so happy. But if I look back on it at hindsight, at this moment, I'm like, I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't do it. I have a lot of fun, but for the money, wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it for no money. I'm gonna remove that stupid chat box frame. I don't like it anymore. I think it is stupid. I want to go to Reddit and let's just talk about Reddit, because what we did was what were we doing? Ooh, I wanted to work with Hashcat too. We did brute force something that was just something that I wanted to do to get ourselves to have something to do, but I disliked it. It was way too easy. Am I correct? We did it very fast. We were able to do this, so let me just go to Reddit. Yeah. I'm sick and tired of this, not knowing what I'm doing. Let's just go to Reddit. Please don't disturb me with laughing at the back.
You're saying I don't know what I'm doing. You're distracting me.
I am distracting you.
Yes, I'm watching haircutting videos.
You're watching haircutting videos and I am distracting you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you were right. Okay, let me just put it on the top. And let's just go check on some stuff this week. Let's just go to this week. Because I know that there's going to be a chance that this is going to be about the halving. I'm not sure, but I think so. How can we put this that we all can see very much? Well, not like this. Homer, get out of the screen. Okay, this did not help. I'm sorry. What did you do during the coronavirus, Dad? I bought more Bitcoin. Legend! Hell yeah. You have 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of videos.
Oh my god.
Or do I have that? Or do you have it? I'm a terrible host, because I have never checked out if you even have a channel. Do you have a channel? Let me check. YouTube? Man, I get distracted every second. Ray, Coom, Ray Coom get you. I don't know. Which one is you? Would this be you? How to fix? Or am I doing something terribly stupid? Or is this you? No videos. I don't know. Remind me on it. Tell me whenever it is. Quarantine increased the number of divorces and violence at home. Hell yeah, it did. Oh man. Oh yeah, I'm quite sure that. But we can blame it on. Come on, we can blame that on Corona. You can blame it on Corona that two people living together cannot live together. But I don't think it's the fault of a virus that you are partners. It's not Corona making those fights. It are two people that are not supposed. Well, not supposed is maybe too hard. Yeah, not belong, but they don't fit together. They get on each other's nerves, and that's something that I don't like. Yes, we did it. It's over 9,000. Well, technically speaking, we're back below 9,000 at the moment, but we went over 9,000. 9,004. Oh, nice. The channel with the frog is your frog. The channel with the frog is your channel. So you do not have videos on your channel, but you do have subscriptions. Hey, that's nice. So, should I subscribe? Yeah, I can subscribe to you. That would be nice. Yeah, you have 11 subscribers. Okay. Promote it? No, we don't do promote. Yes, we did it, boys! Bitcoin overtakes gold to become the best performing asset of 2020. Well, was gold the best performing asset? Was it? I didn't know. But Bitcoin, yeah, it's performing best in 2020. Yeah, why? Why is it? Let me check in weeks. When did 2020 start? Here. So, it's technically speaking, I don't think it is the best, because come on, look at this. This is not a good situation. Going from 10,000 to 4,000, that's minus 60%. And then we got a growth again. We're going from 60% to plus 30. I wouldn't call that the best performing asset of 2020. It is the most volatile asset, probably one of the most volatile, which volatility means moving. Oh, I keep doing it with my wrong arm. Because why am I actually mirrored here? Because I am supposed to look the other way on the screen. I am supposed to look like this when I'm checking out that screen. Oh, it's so funny. I hope you guys are enjoying this. It's I'm a little bit. At least you are enjoying this. At least I am enjoying this, and at least there is somebody enjoying this. Not many viewers today, but who cares? Who cares? It's not about the amount of viewers that are here live. The amount of viewers that are here live, the more viewers that are here live, the more stressed out I get. Yeah, so I never look at the numbers. Okay, so Trump, send me a piece of the 2.2 trillion. Help me spend it, please, Bitcoin community. You are... Okay. Alright, we are gonna watch this together. This is very nice. What's going on? Hello, my fellow American. Our great country is experiencing an unprecedented public health and economic challenge as a result of the global coronavirus pandemic. Our top priority is your health and your safety. Blah, blah, blah. It just says something about the shutdown and blah, blah, blah. And then it has 2.2 trillion to help the Americans. And it says, I am pleased to notify you that as provided by the CARES Act, C-A-R-E-S Act, you are receiving an economic impact payment of at least $4. Oh my God. So you get a letter from President Donald J. Trump because you are getting $4 because of the coronavirus. They were telling me here in the Netherlands that every American was getting $1,000, and now this guy is getting $4. Come on. Okay, whatever. Okay, ironic. Elon Musk. Tesla stock price is too high. IMO, which I don't know what it means. I don't know. Bitcoin price is too low. I don't know. I don't know if the Bitcoin price, well, it is too low for us, but the channel with the green frog. So I chose the wrong one. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Oh no, I'm not gonna subscribe to fake channel. The green frog. So this was yours. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm such an idiot. I subscribe to your channel. So you have a satisfactory card update. I will check this out later. Ooh. World of Zoology. World of Tanks. Okay, cool. Awesome. Hoping for 3K. Nice. Bitcoin 666. Hoping for 5K. 720. Oh gee. Yeah, exactly. But this hoping here, oh man, this is what always happens. Us running for the price. Us trying to buy and hoping that it, well, this is me. I hope that it drops because I like it to buy cheap. And I don't like to sell Bitcoin. So I hope you guys understand. IMO, in my opinion. Hey, Tesla stock price too high in my opinion. Oh, now I get it. Bitcoin price is too low in my opinion. Yeah, obviously Bitcoin thinks that its price is too low. Yeah. Okay, but this is what always happens. You wait for Bitcoin to go down, but it keeps growing. But this should be an indicator for us to start selling. You know, maybe I should sell. But whenever I speak of selling, I don't mean actually selling for other coins, but to actually sell for fiat money. Whenever I'm selling, you guys know, I sell on trading websites. I sell here because it's the fastest way to go to dollars. And it's the fastest way to go back from dollars to Bitcoin. But then again, I always teach you guys never to put your money on an exchange website because you don't own the money because it's not my website. So I have faith. I have so much faith in this website, even though, to be honest, I'm losing a little bit of my faith because it's changing so quickly, so much, and it's adding so many coins so fast that I can't keep up with it, and I don't like that. I dislike it. How am I going? Okay, Neo. Look, here we have Neo. What's Neo doing here? Oh, it's a new coin. We have Neo. And look what always happens to new coins. This always happens. So initially, somebody is buying it for a way too high price, and then it drops because nobody wants to buy it. And you sometimes have luck, but usually when there are new coins, you don't make money, you lose money. So Poloniex was adding so many coins that it is starting to scare me a little bit. Why? Because it's getting too volatile. The volatility. No, not this one. This screen. Let's go back here. What is this? Can we just have a moment of silence for the guy in the comments? Okay, so we have Reddit entrepreneur. How did you make your first $10,000, $50,000, and your first $100? I like to hear some stories on how you guys made your first 10K. Whichever amount applies to you, how did you do it, and what's your story? Okay. Basically, I dumped a 5-figure sum into Bitcoin when they cost 85 cents. Sold most of them for $4. Such an excellent rate of return. Then later, bought a whole bunch of Litecoins for 8 cents each, and again sold them for $4 each. Making money. Hey, making money. That's how you do it. That's how you do this. Yeah. And I think we can all say the same. I can even say the same to you guys. Because how did I start it? How did I first make 10,000? Well, not this. I didn't have a 5-figure sum. Because it starts with dumping a 5-figure sum. That means $10,000. Oh, yeah, I don't have that amount of money. Okay, let's go to that. Never too late. The $1 bubble. The $100 bubble. $1,000 bubble. What's this? Today. KYC. What's KYC? What does it mean? I don't know. But still, you can still buy into the new bubble, because let's be realistic. I think that Bitcoin is still bubbling. It's still gonna bubble. It has always bubbled. It will bubble. But there's one thing. It's bubbling in this direction. You know, it's bubbling like that. Still going up. Get long. Not financially advised. Not funny. Hodl your Bitcoin. Yeah, we all need to be hodlers. I know you guys are hodlers, but hodl game for life. Yeah, hodl game. Okay. And it's over 9,000, and it's gone in one. Oh, exactly. Because yeah, it's just 9,000, but it's not. I think we are at an upper part now, but it's a feeling. So don't quote me on this, man. I've made mistakes before. Because I personally thought that this middle Bollinger Band here that we see here would be the returning point. The point of going back to a bearish market, which means going down. Bears punch down. So I've made a mistake. Remember, I said in the past that a number of 9,000 would be high, or 15,000 or 16,000 would be high, and I based that number just based on the fact that we have 10,000 standing here. A very simple thought. It's not very mathematically based. It's not because I have so much experience. No, it's just because I see the number 13,000, 14,000 here at a peak, and then we see 10,000 here. Wow. Hey, do you guys see this, what just happened? I haven't done this, but it makes sense what we see here, right? But based on that thing, I thought that 8,000 would be simply seeing a new high, which it apparently is. It looks like the high line, am I right? Look, it almost hits this high part too. Wow. Even though I do not know how this works, because I see people do this stuff many times on different websites. They always do something like this. So they grab this point and they say, yeah, it's going to there, which means 5,800. I don't know. It makes maybe after halving. I don't know. but I have no clue what I'm doing here. We don't see chat is on it. We don't see chat. Don't you see chat? I see chat here. I'm sorry if you we don't see chat is on it. Oh, hey! I'm such a stupid one. I read it wrong. Chat, get out of here. Where can I put the chat? Put the chat somewhere else. Chat. Oh. Let's put it up there. Little bit out of the screen. That's better. So here, it's funny because what I did do was I took the highest point here. So the well, not all-time high, but it was the June 2019 high point, and I took the latest high point, which was February 10th, and somehow it just hit the top of this line. It literally crossed it. So maybe my guess isn't that wrong. But then again, whenever you search on the internet on subjects about, well, for instance, market analysis, analyzation, whatever, how you call that stuff that I'm trying to tell you, you see that they talk about this spot here. This line that my arrow is following. It's called the MACD line, if I am correct. Yeah, indicator MACD, this one. Look, if I do none, now it's gone. If I put MACD, it's on again. And whenever I try to understand what this actually meant, they were always telling me that whenever these lines cross, is a time to buy or sell. So here they crossed. Definitely not the moment to buy. Definitely not. And would this be a moment to buy? I would say no too. Would this be a moment to buy? It's been growing for weeks. I don't think that's a buying moment, to be honest. But that's a hunch, an idea. I don't know. Okay. Let's go back here. Lower, no promotion. Here we go again. Exactly. How many times has Bitcoin been declared dead? It's been declared dead so many times. I personally am a fan of Bitcoin since I think 2008, 2009. The reason why, because I can remember it like it was yesterday, because I was at my school. Well, I say school, but it's university in Holland. We call it high school, but it's because hogeschool here means bachelor degree. But when I was at my bachelor's in the first year, which was second year, I guess, something 2007, 2008, something like that. In one of those years, there was a teacher, and he was about didactical stuff, which means how to teach people stuff whenever they're, for instance, playing or stuff. And he walked up to us and he was like, "Do you guys have you heard of this new thing called Bitcoin? It's gonna be the money of the future." And we're like, "Whoa, nice, very cool. Thanks a lot for the tip. It's stupid." But ever since that happened, I did download the Bitcoin wallet when I was way younger, when I was 24, 25 years old, something like that. I did install it, and I was like, what am I supposed to do with a stupid core wallet? What can I do with this? I don't know. How can I get Bitcoins? I don't know. What is this? This stupid, let's forget about it. And let's just check the price, because it's been growing way too long. And I know that if prices go from 2 cents to 10 cents, that's like 5 times as much, then you should not buy something like that. So I never bought it. And I waited for the bubble to burst, and then I discussed that bubble 32 cents. Is that correct? No, $32. That's it. There was a bubble at $32. There was a bubble at 12 cents. And then we had the $100. I don't know, but I really got into it after seeing 3 bubbles. So I've seen 3 times the possibility to multiply my wealth many times before I actually start buying it. And I was very poor. Let's call it, well, let's not call it poor, because we can debate on the term poor, but I was broke. Let's call it broke. I wasn't poor. I didn't have that much money. I had maybe $10 or something, and I didn't know how to do stuff. I wish I had 5-figure stuff, because I've been Oh man, I can remember being at school. I think that, well, I was at school in a project. It was called Flying Dirt Man, and that project was 2000. And well, I know when Flying Dirt was. I can find it on YouTube. Let me think. I have a YouTube channel. Let me go to my dashboard. And give me a sec. I'm very interested. When was Flying Dirt Man? When I did it? When did I do it? When was it? Videos on this channel. 2010. Yeah. So I had this small company with friends, and we were filming motocross guys, and we were at the university already discussing if we should use Bitcoin as a payment, because we didn't know how to buy Bitcoin. We wanted to have them just because we were all thinking, oh, Bitcoin is the money of the future. And that was still not the moment that I started to get interest in the programming behind it. Oh man, I'm so dumb. I wish I did that earlier in my life. But yeah, here we go again. So Bitcoin is gonna die this year. It had Corona, but we survived it. Here's the answer about Bitcoin price before and after halving. Nobody knows. Stop asking. We don't know. We don't know if nobody actually knows. I'm quite sure that it's not gonna end as bright as we all think. But I base that on a feeling, intuitional feeling. Get set for Bitcoin halving. Here's what it means. Well, we already talked about Bitcoin halving. Peter Schiff called the bottom again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Calls the bottom. Don't make the mistake of thinking that buying Bitcoin below is a bargain just because the current price is better than 80% of its record high. Bitcoin price could easily drop another 80% from here, and at 650 it would still be expensive. He said that in 2018. I don't know. I think he wishes and then he buys it himself. I keep preaching. You should sell your coins. Sell them to me for very cheap. Yeah. Oh, Johan de Lolbroek. Oh no, that's not what it says. It says Jojo Halbroek. Sorry, I thought it was a Dutch name, Johan Lolbroek. But yeah, Jojo Halbroek. Yo, how you doing? Bitcoin will 100% go up big time after halving. I hope you are right. I seriously do. And then again, I hope that you are not right, because I still want to buy Bitcoin and I don't want to sell, to be honest. So whenever I want to buy, I hope that it's going down. But who knows? Nobody knows. And what's a Raycum Catch says, people do not know how the stock market works. Say every time Bitcoin is dead. Well, there is a difference, a big difference between stock markets and Bitcoin. And I have had a conversation with my dad a couple of days ago, and today we were talking about Bitcoin again, and we were talking about let me rephrase it. He is a how do you call it? PhD on economics, so he actually knows a lot of stuff about this crap. He's way smarter than I am, but he's not smart enough to believe me whenever I said in the year 2011 I want to use your credit card to buy Bitcoins, and he was like, no, you are a dumb kid. I'm not gonna give you my credit card. I don't trust you. Now Daddy is back at my place saying, you know everything about Bitcoin. Help me out. I don't know how to get my wallet back. Oh man, he was so happy today because he lost his, well, not his wallet, but he lost access to his wallet. But he found this paper on which I wrote with my handwriting the 12-word backup phrase. And so he got that wallet back after he used the, what was it, Jack's wallet or something. But he had his wallet back, and he was so happy because it was $4 and now it's $9. So he was happy that when I gave him that $4 on Bitcoin a long time ago, it was a very long time ago, and he was very happy. He was like, whoa, man, it's like $9 now. I'm like, yeah, that's plus 125%. Whoa. But yeah. my happy day. And he wasn't. He doesn't know much about Bitcoin and stuff. And why was I talking about that? Because most people that know about the stock market, they think differently than we Bitcoiners do. Because stock market is mainly based on, well, it's based on two things. It's based on trying to make money and putting your wealth in a portfolio, but it's also based on trust in a company or in some international, well, how do you call that, trade that you believe to grow. So, for instance, a smart move a couple of years ago would be to invest in electricity, battery, how do you call that, the stuff that they use to make it, grondstof, damn, what's the word, yeah, the cobalt or something, that might be the metal that they use. But for instance, you could expect that Tesla would make more cars, so they would need more batteries, so you would need this stuff to create the batteries, so I'm going to invest in that. So that's how usually people work with the stock market. And so whenever they see an exponential growth, which means a curve which is going faster up, and whenever you see that, you should be scared. And you see that in Bitcoin all the time. So whenever you see that, usually a bubble happens. But bubbles, they pop. And what do they mean with bubbles? So let me go a little bit back into a list. Let's look at this. This would be called a bubble here. Why? Because it is exponentially inflating, and and how can you recognize exponential growth? Exponential growth means that well, it's growing faster every day. It's an accelerating price, and acceleration is scary, and at the same time very exciting. Because if you look at this graph, and if you have been a Bitcoin day trader since from before the last bubble, you have been day trading within this bubble and after this bubble with a lot of happy feelings. Let's call it happy feelings, and a lot of excitement, and a lot of stressful days and sleepless nights and stuff like that, and talking and thinking about Bitcoin the entire day. But yeah, bubbles happen. But usually when bubbles happen, bubbles burst, and whenever they burst, they deflate, because everybody is losing their trust in something. But Bitcoin is a little bit different, because Bitcoin is full of people that are hodlers, as we all call it, holding for life. And that's the main difference with the stock market. But yeah, I understand why people call this dead, because usually when this happens, when these big stock market crashes happens to a company, then usually the company is dead. Let me think of the number one company that I like to make fun of every time that we are here, and that's called BitConnect. I don't know if you guys remember BitConnect. I've made fun of this a couple of times, and it's been a fun thing on the internet. But let me check out the BitConnect graph. What's going on with BitConnect nowadays? Oh, why am I searching that here? I'm stupid. I should teach you guys to go to coin market capitalization and search for BitConnect. Is it? Oh, it's BitConnect X Genesis. So they made a new BitConnect or something? About BitConnect, describes as open source. But there's nothing here. Okay, so it's gone. But usually when we have bubbles, they look like this. A very, very steep end, and where is it? Here. And then it's just bubbly, 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 exponential growth, and then everybody is selling, and everybody is scared, and then nobody wants to work with this coin or whatever it is with this stock market ever again. But Bitcoin is different, because we are all holding. We're all holding our coins. And different with the stock market too, another different with the stock market is that you cannot spend your stocks for goods. Well, maybe you can, because I'm not quite sure, but if you can, it's not as easy as spending Bitcoin. I'm quite sure about that. I don't think that there are many websites that you can sell your stocks for computer parts, sell your stocks for a car. I don't think that happens. I think you usually sell your stocks for fiat money. Okay. halving in T minus 16 days. Well, this was 6 days ago. We did calculate at the beginning of this live stream, and it was 9 days. 9.7 days. So with a little bit more than a week. So it's gonna be a little bit excited. Am I right? We're all excited. I hope you guys are not about to buy a lot of Bitcoin at the moment. I hope that you're not gonna do that. Halving T minus 16 days, 6 trillion from the Fed. What's actually happening here? Exactly. The Fed is it can just create, well, money out of thin air. I had a huge discussion with my dad about money creation out of thin air, and he wasn't 100% on my team, but then again a little bit. He was. We were sharing the opinion that I think, and I hope you guys agree, and I think all the Bitcoiners do agree, that banks as we have nowadays should only be here to help the people. It should not be a private bank that is out to make profit. That's not fair. It's not fair to have, to have profit, to make profit, that they're all only profit based. I think that's stupid. I think that the person that can create money out of thin air, or it's not creating, it's just loaning out your reserved money which was loaned to you in the first place, which is kind of wrong, but then again it's creating it out of thin air is eventually, and I think that's not, I think that's a wrong thing to do. Let's just keep it like that. Banks should be here to help everybody, just to keep your money safe. I do like the idea, let's say hypothetically speaking that you have $1 million on your wallet, for instance, then it would not be cool to have that wallet at home. I did make a joke about it in my last video, because you can punch somebody in the face 1 million times and then he will give you the password of his wallet, and then you will lose your $1 million. If you would have $1 million, for instance. Let's just give an outrageous large number, a number that you want to punch somebody in the face to get that money. So I think that it is an okay thing to have government banks to save money for you. But I don't think that you are supposed to get money while they are keeping your money safe. That is weird. I think that you are supposed to pay for them to keep your money safe. That's what I'm saying now, because I'm a poor person. I don't own a lot of money on the bank. Maybe in a couple of years, whenever when I have $100,000 on the bank, you will hear me talking and denying everything that I said today and talking like, oh, I want to have money because I have money. I want to have more money. Sorry. I know I might sound stupid, but yeah, I don't like that. Okay. Thank you to those who posted about it being down. It reminded me to do this yet again. What gives people feelings of power? Money, a little bit, status, essentially, having a $0 balance on Coinbase because you just swept it all to your treasure. Does that give you feelings of power? Well, maybe if you are new. Maybe if you're new to Bitcoin, then that gives you power. I personally feel powerful. I felt powerful when we brute forced the wallet. That's when I feel really powerful. Oh, I'm sorry, Otman Suroja. Hello, hey Otman. Nice to have you here. It's I recognize your name. I think I've seen you here before, so it's very cool that you're back here again. If you're still here, because I don't know how long ago it was that you wrote that. Okay, Bitcoin to the moon. Not sure. I have to look suspicious. I'm not sure if Bitcoin value is going up or fiat value is going down. Fiat! I call it fiat. I don't know, is it fiat? And it says Bitcoin to the moon, not even Bitcoin. Okay, what do we have here? Clockwork Coinbase. And just like that, Coinbase was down. Are they referring to a Clockwork Orange? And to what was it called? Run Forrest Gump, run. I don't know. I don't get the joke. Do you guys get the joke? If you get the joke, let me know it in the chat. I'm not a fan of cannonballs. Hell no. You're not a fan of cannonballs when you're on a horse. And then if you are a train conductor, is that the train driver, then you are not a fan of the airplanes. Yes, but you are a fan of thermodynamics. Not a fan of telephones, the maker of the telegram. Not a fan of email, the postal office. Not a fan of MP3 and online sharing. Oh, he has Mozart or something, the LP player. And not a fan of Bitcoin, Donald Trump. The cash-owning, gigantic, richest. I don't know if riches can give you power, but he showed us that if you're rich, you are going to get some powers. Okay, but I think he might be a fan of Bitcoin. You never know. Bitcoin during the COVID-19 has an escape plan. Ah, fuck it, man. Let's go to the moon. Oh, yeah. Was it at his time? Isn't this Kennedy? I'm not quite familiar with American politics. I'm sorry. Don't make fun of me if I don't understand this stuff. But I thought this was J.F. Kennedy, and he died before we went to the moon, or not? I have not. No, it isn't his time. Am I right? I'm such a moron. Let me check. Is this Kennedy? Kennedy. Yeah, it's Kennedy. And it was a president from January until his assassination in 63. And we went to the moon in 69. Am I right? My favorite year? 69. I'm referring to the joke I made in another video about my favorite level in the game. Lebanese protesters. Okay, so I have to watch this. Why? Because my daddy is a Lebanese. Well, it's the meme of this week. They're dancing with a coffin. I know, but this is happening in Lebanon at the moment. Yeah, it's Lebanese. Enjoy the video of Lebanese protesters carrying a coffin plastered with their currency. Currently, Bitcoin is being bought for $15,000 in Lebanon. Hey, Daddy, if you are here watching, because I know you asked if you asked me for the live stream. If you are here watching, is this true? Are you paying $15,000 in Beirut for a Bitcoin? Because then I'm gonna send all my Bitcoins to Beirut right away. Right away. Memes are the most powerful weapon of our generation. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna read all these comments. It's not gonna be fun. Cool. But I don't know if you guys know this, but you might have heard it on your news, but in the country, Lebanon, it's not going that well with their economics. And they have a 10 billion short or something like that. And Lebanon is not a huge country. It's a small country. It has, I think, 4 million civilians. I wanted to say pedestrians, but that's something different. But it has 4 million civilians, so it's a lot, and they might go to the IMF. So they're gonna be in big trouble, man. Oh, I feel for everybody on Earth, man. These are terrible times that we're living in right now. History repeats itself. Everyone who's trading BTC right now. When you give someone advice, but you're gonna finish it with, but I don't know though, in case it ruins their life. That's me all the time. That's me all the time. I'm always like, I'm not sure, but you're asking me for my advice. Well, this is me. Every time. It's loaded. What's going on? It's Goku. I have no time for this. This is just Goku loading numbers. Okay, nice. Promote it. Morning coffee never tasted any better. Oh, here we have that meme. Nice. I commented on that in my last video. Oh man, I thought it was so funny. The best week of the Dow Jones since 1938. And more than 60 million Americans lost their jobs in 3 weeks. Wow, what a contrast. I thought it was so funny. Morning cup never tastes any better. And on the other side, we have... Oh, you guys remember? Have you seen my last video? If you have, probably, then you've noticed this one. Oh, printing money. Okay. When you search Bitcoin on YouTube and filter within the hour, I hope you like scams. Oh man, talking about scams, man. Man, every time I go on YouTube, I get this commercial, this Dutch commercial with this Dutch guy talking to me in Dutch, which I don't like, because I don't like having Dutch commercials. And he keeps telling me, how can I translate this? Do you want to know how to make $10,000 every month? You just have to do blah, 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 blah. And we all know that making $10,000 a month is something that you might get with luck if you're Paris Hilton or something. But most of us people will never even hold $10,000 in our hands. And if we do, we buy a car with it. So yeah, it's always scams. It's always scams. I don't trust nothing that tells you. It always reminds me of those. Have you guys been here in the past? Have you guys been here in the past? What I try to say, have you guys noticed, for instance, in the time span between 2000 and 2010, the beginning of the internet, when all websites were HTML and CSS in one, and these websites were always scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it was always how to get money. You can get $10,000 this, you have to buy this, you have to do this, that, something, I don't know. But whenever somebody's telling me that I can get money for free, ain't gonna happen, son. So if you're here hoping to get some free money, ain't gonna happen, son. Okay, the octopus, all rich plan. Okay, the coming money trust. What are we doing? The National Reserve Association. This is, what is this? Okay. Remember my last video. Some of you guys have been here with my last video. Have seen my last live stream, my last Reddit video, and I was talking about the Money Masters video. And within the Money Masters, they were also talking about this subject. I keep telling you guys about that stupid documentary of 3 hours, because it's not fun, but it's filled with rich information. Very interesting information. Maybe a little bit boring and dry, but it will teach you how money is created, and especially how wars were fought. Because wars nowadays, well, not nowadays, wars in the Middle Ages was a little bit different than nowadays. Because in the Middle Ages, we all had the same weapons. We didn't have big technological advantages. Well, maybe in England they had it because they had Newton's law, but most of the times it was pretty equal, and it all came down in war. For instance, the war between England and France, it did not came down to if you have high-tech weapons. It just came down to the fact, do you get enough of grandchildren to fight for you? So what the hell am I talking about? Because it's always grandpas that are owning the country, and they always send out their youngs. You know, they send out the 18-year-olds with guns, send out the 18 years old to fight. But a normal person wouldn't want to fight, obviously, unless you are poor and unless you can get a lot of money. Then you will fight for your country, for sure. It's kind of like the joke, what is the male equivalent of a stripper? That will be joining the army. So what I mean with that is, if you want to make quick bucks as a man, you should join the army. So in the past, if you wanted people to join your army, you have to pay them money. So the government that has the most money to spend on their army would get the biggest army and would most likely win the war. Most likely, unless because of circumstances, unless because you send all your Germans to Russia, then you might not win that war because Russia is too cold. But in this case, it was England against France, and England and France were fighting, and they didn't know that the Germans were owning the banks in England and France, and that the governments needed money to fight the other country. And what they did at that moment was They were loaning money from banks, and they were spending that loaned money on the army. But if you have one bank giving money to both countries, and it was the German Rothschilds. They were owning the England bank, the British, I should call it the British Central Bank, and they were owning the France Central Bank. And what they did was, the bank which had the most money would have the biggest army. So that's a big difference. And I think that's an interesting thing from that Money Masters movie. And this, whenever I see this stuff, it always reminds me of the movie, because I saw that. It's not a movie, documentary. I saw the documentary a couple of times years ago, but it definitely changed my perspective on, my perspective on the world, I could easily say. Yeah. Okay, what are we actually seeing here? We see U.S. Treasury, U.S. Capitol, the White House, the New York Stock Exchange, the banks, factories, farms, everything is caught by this National Reserve Association, this private syndicate. Yeah, for you guys who don't know, most of banks, well, almost all banks on earth are commercial banks, and almost all those commercial banks are privately owned. And I think that if you privately own a central bank, then you essentially own the world, since everybody owns your money. Because everybody owns money to everybody, and it ends with memes. Okay, the original money printer go brr brr meme. Oh, it's from 1864. So this meme is an old meme. Wow. Wow. Can I read it? No, I cannot read it, but I recognize it. Oh, very fun. Running the machine. Hell yeah. Because they were starting to print fiat money, I think in the 1600s or something. It got out of hand when they didn't have the gold standard anymore. Because years ago, hundreds of years ago, every paper money, it always said on the paper money that it was worth a certain amount of gold in weight. So, for instance, here it will be for 1 gram of gold or something. It would always be $1 would be 1 gram. This is not exact science, what I'm saying now. It's not exactly $1, 1 gram, but it was connected. It was a IOU for an amount of gold. That was the dollar. And here in Holland we had the florijn. And later on it was the gulden. And they were both they were always worth a certain amount of weight in gold, but they didn't do that anymore. Because if you would print more paper, then you would also need to have more gold, because every piece of paper was essentially connected to every piece of gold in the safe. But nowadays we are all used to have digital money. Not Bitcoin, but I mean digital fiat money. Okay, we have an unlimited supply of fiat to buy a limited supply of Bitcoin. An unlimited supply of fiat to buy a limited supply of Bitcoin, which mathematically means that Bitcoin will keep rising in price compared to dollars, euros, or fiat, or whatever. Unless there is something happening that never happens, well, not never, but almost never happens, unless there is deflation, a long time deflation, big deflation, like a couple of years with 5%, 10% or something. I don't know. I don't see that happening, but then this would change, because then you wouldn't call it an unlimited supply anymore, because now we call it an unlimited supply because we can print more. But then again, mathematically, Bitcoin is safer. Okay, what's this? Attention, due to the Bitcoin recent price rally, many newbies have recently bought their first piece of Bitcoin. If you know a new coiner, please remind them that we could easily see a major correction in the coming weeks, especially if the stock market dips. Just hodl and keep learning. There's somebody on the internet that has the same kind of view that I have. Yes. So again, I keep telling this to you guys. Stay safe. Stay safe. Don't start buying whenever you see big green candles. Big green candles, Here, there's a big green candle. See, big green candle. It looks like a candlestick. It's green. No, 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 no good. That means sell. We should flip the colors. Usually when you see red, that means oh no, no. But red means yes, 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 you can buy for cheap. And green means wow, you made money, you should sell. So I don't know. I have no clue. Usually people buy with green. I don't know. It's something in the mind of people. Okay. Let's just yeah, whatever. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. There's a lot of Dragon Ball Z over 9,000 again. That's fun. Haven't I made this joke about 9,000 years ago on my channel? Can't remember. I think so. Buy the dip, they say. Buy the dip. Hell yeah. Well, this isn't a dip now. Today is not a dip. Today is a hill. My wife made a chicken pot pie and asked me for inspiration for crust design. I gave her a Bitcoin logo. The idea is nice. The taste might be awesome, but graphically it looks like pie. Here, check out this pie. No, 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 no. Thank you. Accessible Bitcoin wallet for the blind. Wow, here we have a good question, man. I have never, ever thought of this. I have never, ever, my mind have never been thinking about blind people and Bitcoin. The more audio feedback the wallet gives, the better. Okay. I am totally blind and interested in getting a secure hardware Bitcoin wallet. The graphical user interface isn't accessible to my screen reader, but I can use command line tools if they work with hardware wallets. The more audio feedback the wallet gives, beep, 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 the better. And I would prefer physical buttons over a touchscreen. I would need to memorize menus, on-screen prompt, and presumably the wallet wouldn't speak. I also like the idea of a wallet functioning as a U2F key to protect, well, U2F was the, whatever, to protect access to exchanges. I am going to check out this because I'm very interested in this stuff. Do you guys care about this? I do. Can you see he's trying to have upvoting, comment, blah, 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 call for comment for visibility. I was being sarcastic, bro. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know if any, but I'm asking around on Twitter for you. Then the treasure design is open source, and it should not be too much effort to add an audio jack to the design. Would he need an audio jack? Maybe. Yeah, but we're talking about the treasure. What's the treasure design? The treasure was a USB stick. Yeah, the treasure is a Bitcoin USB stick, and it can hold your private keys. There is the ICY wallet, but it doesn't seem like it has been actively developed recently. Last commit on GitHub 7 months ago. I've never heard. Hasn't got beyond any MVP. Most valuable was it? Yeah. Okay. So there is not anything yet, as it looks like, for blind people. Interesting. Because also blind people need Bitcoin. Everybody needs a Bitcoin. 100,000 Satoshis. $7. Keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind. Oh, je gaat boven. Oh, oké. Ja, nou, veel plezier. Ja, bye. Jij hebt je de hele avond al last van een hik? Heb je heel veel alcohol gedronken? Nee, ik heb nog niet eens gedronken. Oh. Nou, wat vervelend. Oh, nou, sorry babe. Bye. So we are finally alone. Now we can do whatever we want. Even though I do not know what we can do. How users handle their keys. What's this? what kind of wallet do you use to store the majority of your Bitcoin? Hey, I'm very curious about this. So, I cannot read this. So, let me just grow the page. What kind of wallet do you use to store the majority of your Bitcoin? And it says a hardware wallet. A hardware wallet? I didn't expect that, to be honest. I actually did not expect that people actually use hardware wallets. Why would you use a hardware wallet? I don't get it. Well, okay. I do get it. A hardware wallet would provide you with safety. Safety for the case that you might, people might steal your PC. People might steal your laptop. People might steal that kind of stuff. But I don't think that if you are a third burglar, a burglar, I had to think of that word, the third burglar. But if you are a burglar, which means that you break into houses and steal money and gold and stuff, then I don't think you're gonna search for a ledger or a treasure ledger, that kind of stuff, a USB. Because how can I differentiate a Ledger Nano X, for instance, this stuff that we see here, with, let me grab a ordinary USB. Here. An ordinary USB. There's nothing special on this USB. It's just a 8 gigabyte USB. Doesn't it look kind of the same? So I don't think that somebody would steal that hardware wallet. So that's why you would choose a hardware wallet. Yes. But and I hope my viewers too, we all know that we don't actually need the hardware wallets to be safe. We can also create a offline wallet. Well, how do you create an offline wallet? I do it all the time. You make a wallet in a Bitcoin Core wallet. You generate a new receiving address. You receive money on that address, and you store it on the hardware. You can store it on a USB, or you can keep it in your cloud or in your Google Drive or somewhere safe. So I don't think it is necessary, but for a lot of people, it gives them security, I guess. I think that's the main thing. I think you feel safe that you have it on hardware, that you can keep it in a safe. And here we have the paper wallet. The paper wallets are interesting too, because paper wallets are essentially, what is a paper wallet? Let's keep it very, very short and briefly. A paper wallet is just generate a new address on any wallet, and write down the private key of that address and send the Bitcoin to that address. And while you write down that private key, you write it on a piece of paper and then throw away everything that has ever been software. Throw away all the software of that wallet, and then you only have the private key that is for that one address, and you keep that in a safe at the bank, for instance. We were talking about banks, but you can keep that at banks. So yeah, I think that's a safe way too for paper wallets. Yeah. Okay, hosted web wallets. I don't know. Software wallets on computer. Software wallets on mobile. I be on this category. I have it on this PC. I have software wallets on I have wallets on every PC here in this house. Every PC has a wallet. Every PC has a little bit of cryptocurrency. And then I have it on some exchange websites. So that's how I keep my majority. And the other, which is only two quantity. Okay, I must say that it is very weird, the quantity, because I want to know what the total amount is. So 150 plus 50 plus 50, so this will be 200 something. Yeah, 200. Then we are here at 313, 300, and I'm just adding everything up. 320. So it's 1 out of 300 people actually has the Bitcoin node. Do you use multi-signature to sign transactions? I don't know. I think I do. I think I do sometimes, depending on the wallet that I'm using. Do you have backups of your private keys for that wallet? Hell yeah. Well, no. No. I don't have a backup of the private, well, yeah, I do. I'm talking stupid. I have a wallet.dat file. A wallet.dat file is a backup of the private keys in a wallet.dat file. And a wallet.dat file is encrypted with a password. Okay, so that's the backup of my private keys. And another way of backup of private keys would be the mnemonic passphrase. That's all you need, the 12-word backup phrase. And those 12 words are wallet dependent. So whenever you have the 12-word backup phrase of a certain wallet, then you are not quite sure that it will work on another wallet, because they have different derivation paths. Something that I've been talking about more in the past. Whoa, that's too small. No, too big. Wow, come on. Stop being so laggy, computer. Let's see your Lambo do this. Whoa, you see it? That's the one from my t-shirt. You guys know the t-shirt that I sometimes wear? Bitcoin to the moon. Hell yeah. Good morning. Bitcoin price in various currencies. So the prices differ a lot. Hey, I just read up here in this this Reddit that in Lebanon it's $15,000. Let me try something. Whoa. I wanted to flip my camera. That's what I tried. I'm sorry if I scared you. Oh, it's so scary. Okay. Let me pause a short amount of time, because I need to chill out, okay? I'm a little bit thirsty again, and I want to take a short break. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to show you guys a video again, and I'm gonna take some time to think what we're gonna do in the next segment. Okay? Is that cool? Where are you? Bitcoin Day Trader projects. I just ran that one. Let me go to this Reddit video. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Bitcoin Day Trader channel. And today we're gonna check out Reddit again. We have a higher price of Bitcoin, so that means everybody is excited this week. I expect to see some good memes today. Understanding this meme is key to your financial freedom. Bitcoin is over 10,000. Nobody cares. In a bull market, you buy the dip, they say. Yeah, I bought the dip. This guy didn't hodl. I had BTC. Well, he bought a Tesla, so I think he did hodl a little bit, but he didn't hodl long enough. I've lived this situation more than once. I feel like a king. And then all of a sudden, the price falls down. I feel like Squidward again. This community is getting dumb, and I think that's a huge positive indicator. That's true. The more humoristic this community is becoming, the better it is for us all, the better the price is going. Post a meme, great, post information, and some news will confidently shit on it. I love it. This used to be a sub for the knowledgeable, but now it's truly mainstream Reddit. Not complaining, welcome! Yeah, we're mainstream. What the hell is this? Bear season is over. Do you think bear season is over? I'm not sure. Hit it! Throw it in here! Wow, that man got way too much power, man. To be honest, I think, honestly, I have a hunch that bear season is almost over. That we're just one big jump away from it. But I'm not sure. Who am I? I don't know. But also, let's check out the price while we're at it. As you see, last week was very positive for almost every coin. Damn, man, I haven't been working on my trading bot, so I haven't made much money. Dominance. Yeah, as you see here, remember from the last video, as you see here, it is dropping, so that means it was a good time for day traders. I'm too late, but I will continue working on my Poloniex trade bot again. We can never be certain that nobody sees as we enter our mnemonic passphrase. Look at this small camera. This is a CCD chip, I guess that's what you call it, but it's a 0.5 millimeter. Damn, it's so small. Can you imagine it? You can tape it on a mosquito. Trend on Google for the term Bitcoin is starting to rise. Interest over time. Oh, it's actually happening. Oh no, I haven't bought enough Bitcoin. Okay, meanwhile in Central Asia, pay to Matt wallet. What if Matt can be trusted? He's a good lad. Looks suspicious like the PayPal logo. So, who cares? I'm Dan. You are Dan. You gotta be like Dan. Everybody just wants to be liked and accepted, you know, that's just normal. You want to get liked and accepted by friends and by your surroundings. But except for Dan. Dan doesn't care. And that's why Dan is floating while y'all are drowning in this sea of inflation. Let's call it inflation, money inflation. When is rolling paper around going to be a thing of the past? I think in 10 till 20 years, I don't know, maybe we still need black money, but yeah, that's why we have Bitcoin, right? We're all money launderers. Remember from last episode? I'm a money launderer. Bitcoin on Google Trends. And as you can see, when Bitcoin is 10k and nobody cares, there is a small change. You saw that in a previous post. Let's see how high it has to go before the no coiners, so nobody that has any coins, like all my real friends in real life. Like they always have an opinion about Bitcoin, and they have had that opinion since the year 2013. And if you are a real friend of me, then you know that I'm talking about you. And I told you, please invest in it, just buy for $100. And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And so buy it today, man, be smart. So you should. And I'm talking to you, Niels, Rick, and Rob from Hibo. If you are here watching, hi. Hook 'em while they're young. Hook 'em while they're young. So don't you want to start making some real motherfucking money? Remember? That was one of those episodes that really made me laugh. There we have Dan again. Remember Dan? Everybody just wants to be liked and accepted. Except for Dan. Dan doesn't give it. I started accepting Bitcoins on Etsy, so I made a couple of posts to celebrate. Pranks? No thanks. I use cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, it's the future. I don't know if you guys knew this before, but criminal activities already existed before Bitcoin. So it's not Bitcoin's fault. Bitcoin US dollar rally mode, whoa, 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 it's all in the news. CNBC is talking about Bitcoin again. For the ever, a tweet from the future. I wish I had kept my 1/3 of a Bitcoin at 12,000 instead of selling them at 28,000. Now that they are 230,000. Who knows, maybe that's 2021. Make sure you got something, especially if you're on my channel, just to be smart. Oh? What's this? Crypto exchanges and traders, liquidity solution providers in Amsterdam. The conference exchanges in Amsterdam. Maybe I should go over there. It's not. When is it? It's in 1 month. Our speakers: Shapeshift, UB, Keyrock, Crystal, Big One. Okay, Bitvise. Maybe I should go there. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Nobody knows. This video game allows you to build a Bitcoin farm. When you get enough graphic cards and other parts, the value of Bitcoin in game is roughly tied up to the value of Bitcoin in real life. So you can trade for cash or items with the other players. Real cool. New game mechanics. Okay, that's cool. Cryptocurrency mining in North Korea increases 10 times. That's a interesting development. I didn't know. So I finally went out last weekend with my friends. And after a year, they say I look different. And this is why. Last year, Bitcoin was only $3,000. Now it's $10,000, so I look happy today. Yeah, they keep telling this surge has something to do with the halving. I'm not sure it has something to do with the halving, but it could be. And if it is the halving, then I remember from last time that we might be disappointed that once the halving is done, that everybody's trying to sell because they made their profit. I don't know. Halving is in a couple of months, so get ready. Remember, the seed phrase is totally unlike any of your traditional centralized online credentials. Don't just donate your whole stash to scammers by storing it digitally. Are you serious? Does it actually happen? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Insecure seed storage method. Oh, no, never give your seed to somebody else. How do exchanges get hacked? By nerds! Finding a valid private key with a supercomputer would take longer than the edge of the universe. So how does this happen? How do you usually get hacked? Well, hacking somebody is usually being done by a couple of things. It can be an error in the source code, which is sometimes likely, or it is an error in the humans. And when it is an error in humans, that means that you get the password of somebody else, and then you have the accessibility to a website and you can steal everything. I don't know. Something like that. Or you hack a server and you get the sudo password for that server, and then you can do sudo things, which means that you are the administrator of that server, and then you can just export the offline storage wallet of a exchange website, which you can empty somewhere at a different place. I am working with ING Spain around 10 years. They just froze all my balances until I justify all the incomes in my account. They asked me for every single invoice from my supplier and customers of my company and the annual tax payment. It's a huge work for me, but the heaviest part is that I should tell them why I send most of the money to crypto instead of my business. I must justify by email. You gotta be kidding me. I don't know if they can legally freeze my money and ask for this personal information supported by the law. What do you think? I'm in shock. Well, this stuff is scaring me a little bit because I'm into the cryptocurrency as well. It's a scary story, man. I feel bad for this guy. I hope you guys feel bad for him too. Unfortunately, puberty distracted me at this point. Yeah, of course, if you have invested 100 Bitcoin in the year 2010, you will be so rich. You have to be a hodler for life to be able to make that much money. Nobody can do that because everybody is always selling when they have enough, when they feel like they have tenfolded or something. And that's a good thing, or else everybody would get a millionaire and then all of a sudden the entire market would drop. You can now pay for your Real Vision subscription with Bitcoin. You can pay everything with Bitcoin nowadays, man. Invested in a bar and restaurant with some Bitcoin profits. Hey, good for that guy, man. Very happy for him. And once you make some profit with your bar, which is probably gonna make more profits than just hodling the Bitcoins, or you should wait for years, but once you get some profit, buy yourself some new Bitcoin. Can't sell Bitcoin in North Carolina. So in North Carolina, he's not allowed to cash out Bitcoin. How terrible. What a terrible life. Let's just all get ready for this probability to have a big fat bull market. Let's just end our episode with happy thoughts. Let's hope that this year will be a year of gain. A bullish market, as they call it, and not a bullshit market, but a bullish market. I hope we all make a little bit of, well, I don't even need the profit that much, but it's more about gaining popularity. Hope you guys did enjoy my Reddit video, and if you did enjoy it, let me know it by giving it a big thumbs up. And if you hated this video, then just subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. And I hope to see you guys in the next Reddit video's. Later. Later. Spreek je later. Zie je later. Tot de volgende keer. Gezellig. I'm back. I'm back. Oh, wrong one. And where's my camera? Here is my cam. I don't like it that I look at that screen. I don't know if there is anybody still here. I feel pretty lonely. I feel so lonely today. I have a very lonely live stream compared to my last live stream. But I saw that Raccoon Cat says that my girlfriend has a very nice hairstyle. Well, my man, if you want to see her doing her hair, you can see that on the YouTube somewhere too. Here at the Not Lollipop Game Girl XD. Let me see. Here you see. So you can check it out. You can check out how she did it herself. But yeah, too much on that. Yeah, this is my friend, my number one viewer, who is always here. Okay. I'm a little bit. How do you call that? A little bit. Not tired, but well, sorry, I'm losing a little bit of my interest. I hope you guys understand that. Sometimes I can lose my interest in these kinds of stuff, because I'm just here sitting having some fun, because I didn't want to make a video this week, because sometimes it's so hard to make videos. You guys don't understand, because watching a video is nothing compared to making the video. And doing something live, I actually feel like whenever I'm live, like we are now here, it feels like kind of the same amount of work. So I'm sorry to have bored you guys for such a long time. You want to see me doing Bitcoin stuff. Okay. Let me do like we are here beginning this live stream again. What can we focus on? Oh, let me just, this is where we were with Reddit, so let me just continue. Is it dead? Yeah, let's keep this here. What do we have over here? Maybe I should check out my robots. Green. This market is disabled. You are a stupid website. Okay, So we see a market here, and I have to add the Neo market to my robot. I want to program my robot to be able to know which markets it should use. Okay, let me think. Away with this. We're not talking about that crap anymore. Halving, well, it was very cool to check out the source code. This is where I learn my stuff. Blah, blah, blah. No, Wireshark. Let me clean up my PC and this is Java. System out print line to binary string. Okay, cool. Don't care. Leave. Doesn't matter. We can always check back at this live stream. Something that bothered me of this live stream was that I had a little bit of delay between what I say here and what you guys see, and I don't like that. So I am gonna check if I can do something about that while we're here, because I know that there's almost nobody watching at the moment. Wrong account. I have so many accounts, so it doesn't matter that much. My videos, my live streams, and it's still demonetized. It's always the same. But where can I do that? I'm sorry, you guys, if this is boring you, but I've seen 2 viewers here the entire time, so even when I was offline. So I think nobody is actually here actually watching. Maybe you have it on the background and you're playing a game at the same time. Where can I do that? Where are the settings for my live stream? Because I know that there are settings, or let me say, there used to be settings. My video contains now allow embedding, entertaining, syndication, whatever. Make this video available only on monetized platform. Nah, I do like getting a small amount of money for my videos, but yeah. Users can view ratings, yeah, allow all comments. I don't care about this. I just want it to be fast. I don't like the new YouTube backhand, man. Come on. Do you guys get confused? I don't know if you are YouTubers, but come on. What's this? View the live control room. Oh. This is new. Oh, I can see myself live here. I have never seen this screen, man. This is something new. Okay. Oh, that's a very nice screen. Let me put it away. And I should put it on this screen. And here I can see myself live. Let's check out the Bitcoin source code. Well, that's not what we're doing at the moment. Let's check. Well, let's keep it there. Enable monetization, change thumbnail. No, it's not made for kids. No, I don't want it to be 18 years and older. I don't get it. This is all new for me. I'm not supposed to show you guys this, I guess. So I'm just checking out some stuff. I've never actually done stuff. I don't want to exit my stream, but oh, stream latency. Here we see it. This is what I was searching for. Normal latency, low latency, ultra low latency. But you are not able to, whenever I put it on ultra low latency, you guys are it's very fast, and I can chat with you guys super fast. But I'm putting it on normal latency, and the reason why I did it was because I want you to be able to go back in time. And as you can see, there's a lot of latency going on, because I think it is 30 seconds or something. So whenever I say something here, it lasts at least 30 seconds before you guys can hear it. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna check. Let's check this out together. We're just with 3 persons here, so I don't mind. I feel like my session is finished. We've done what we wanted to do. I want to thank you guys for being here. And I'm still gonna be live, but I'll be back in a minute or something, because I have to put it to. I'm gonna check out the ultra low latency. Oh, you cannot even see it. No, come on, stop being such an unnice person. Here we see it. I have it on normal latency, as you can see, but normal latency is 30 seconds or something, and I wanted to change it. And even though there are many viewers here now, but I still want to try it out. So I'll be back in a couple of seconds. Okay. Let me try. What happens if I end stream here? Sorry.